side of the fence. I got no defense. Can't run from the truth, can't run from my sins. This is the part where you pick me up, you gon' dust me off, and I swear to stop. So help me God, give me one more shot, but I still want all the wrong things. Cause I got all the wrong kings. Trying to be better, but I'm never gonna win a battle till I throw the towel in the middle of the ring. Ring, call me out, pull me out. If it throws me, it's gon' kill me, no doubt. I thought that Vice was playing nice, but it's just faking me out. I'm in love with a mirror, but the face in the glass is a killer. Will I ever get out of my own way? Yeah, gotta taste it, but it's toxic. Here again, can't pretend I don't want it. Maybe the reason why I'm stuck on replay. I want all the wrong things. 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 I need you to make me right. You know I want all the wrong things. I want all the wrong things. I want all the wrong things. I need you to make me right.
Wake up, get up, 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 wake up, get up.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I suppose we should get going.
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hey there. Good morning, everybody.
What up?
What's going down? It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah, man, the evening has gone down. The sun has come up.
Yes, it has.
And long ago, somebody left with the cup.
Mm-hmm.
We're going the distance.
Okay. All right. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to it. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex and Steve-O. Man, huge show today on this beautiful World Cat Day.
Oh, no! No! Yeah!
Guys, I love cats. I've loved them my whole life. I have 5 cats. Currently right now at the Petersons living in my bedroom. They have no idea that I have 5 cats.
My mother has a cat.
Oh, of course she does.
Her name's Gray. Which, by the way, this is like the 3rd gray kitty we've had. My mom's terrible at naming animals. It's a gray cat, and her name is Gray.
Yeah.
Gray kitty.
I mean,
The 3rd.
at least she's consistent.
Yeah, I guess. So now Brody, of course, every time we visit Grandma Dorothy, like for weeks, that's all he talks about. He wants a cat so badly.
Don't you do it.
Never. Oh, gross. Never.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not a cat guy. There's only been a couple cats that I've loved. Tigger.
Garfield?
And I had actually a
Is
cat.
Tigger a cat?
No, I had an actual cat named Tigger.
Okay.
When
I had an actual cat named Garfield.
Really?
Yeah, growing up.
Yeah, Tigger's a tiger, right? I mean, Tigger the tiger.
Well, he's a Tigger.
Right.
I thought Tigger was like, that's what he is.
the species of animal.
Double-G-er.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's just a tiger.
No, is he? But here's why I think that's what he's called is a Tigger, because he's Tigger.
What kind of animal is Tigger?
Well, yeah, because think about this. Owl, right, is an owl. Yeah, the word tiger's never used in the book. He's always a Tigger.
But there's not I almost said a Tigger, no, a tiger that is a Tigger.
Right, but that's why he's Tigger, because he's one of a kind. Like there are no other Tiggers.
Say Tigger one more time. Say it one more time. Guys, it's World Cat Day. We got surveys upon surveys about cats all morning long. It'll be great. Perfect. It's going to be so beautiful. That's right. 1 in 4 people with a cat say it's their best friend. There's a name for these type of people.
Hey, yeah. Hopefully toddlers.
No, single.
When I was
Single.
When I was a kid, I had a cat. You know what? Into my 20s, I had another. I've had 2 cats that I was like, love you. So Shakespeare was my cat. Like when I was in my 20s, I had a cat. Yeah. I also had a dog though.
Really?
Yeah, I had both.
Did I ever show you my parents have a bobcat?
Yes.
Ever show you the picture
So
though?
weird to me.
Got to show you the picture. Buddy.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My parents, they, again, more proof that I grew up in the wilderness. My parents own a bobcat. It's nicest cat you'll ever meet in your life.
Our boy Kevin on YouTube has a cat that's really old. When Kevin was a kid, Kevin killed his cat on accident.
It's beautiful. It's half bobcat.
Looks like a cat. Just
Yeah,
looks like
it's
a normal
it's
cat.
half bobcat.
How do you know it's half bobcat? That just looks like a cat.
It's half. It's bigger than it looks, right?
Sure.
there. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine.
Speaking of cats, Curmudgeon reminded us they're rebooting Alf.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it would work.
Why not?
It worked in the '80s. I don't know if it'd work now.
I think he's like the synopsis I read is he's coming back to Earth and like it's going to be a whole new family, obviously. But Alf,
Hey, I'm Alf.
that was pretty good.
Is that good?
That was pretty good.
I like cats. Give me a cat.
Dude, I loved that show when I was
I
a
did
kid.
too. I had an Alf
my
phone.
gosh. I had an Alf. I had the little Alf puppet doll
Yeah.
thing.
Gosh, we were so cool. Yeah, about 2 out of 5 cat owners have more than one. Mm-hmm. And 64% of people with a cat say they'd rather spend a quiet night with it than with their significant other. Get out of here with that.
Gosh.
True or false, Tigger from Winnie the Pooh doesn't like honey.
What? Wait, Tigger?
Yep.
I'm gonna say doesn't. True. Doesn't like honey.
Yep, you're right. Good job.
Yeah.
Who loves it? Tigger
Yeah.
can't stand it.
Right. Duh.
Grumpy Cat's real name is Fish Stick. True or false?
Oh my gosh, I don't know anything about cats. Why are you making me do cat trivia?
Because it's National Cat Day, bro.
That is a dope cat name, so I'm gonna say true in hopes that that's a real cat name. Fish stick. Oh, that's a cool name though.
His real name is
Writing that one
something
down.
you might eat with fish sticks. It's tartar
Tartar?
sauce. Tartar sauce and applesauce.
The tartar.
The name of Simba's mom in The Lion King is Nala.
Yes. No.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Wait.
oh.
No. I thought Nala
True or
was
false?
his girlfriend.
True or false?
I'm gonna say false. Yeah.
Yeah, Nala is Simba's best friend.
I meant best friend, not
Yeah.
girlfriend.
His mom is
Sarabi.
Okay. Sorry, Arabi.
Come on, man. Scar like yells her name.
I hated The Lion King
What?
because it made me cry.
Okay.
You know I don't like movies that make me cry.
Lion King's like it's like it's like
Ugh.
there's Aladdin, and then it's like yo, but
Ugh.
the Lion King might be my favorite. Those are the 2 greatest Disney movies of all time.
I don't know.
Aladdin and the Lion King.
I don't know, dude. Let's see.
Gosh, I love the Lion King. What is wrong with you?
In Sweden, Garfield the cat is named Gustav.
That sounds like a chubby cat name.
True
I'm
or
gonna say
false?
true.
Man, you love cats, dude.
Correct, boy wonder.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
according to creator Jim Davis, the only countries where he's not called Garfield are Sweden, Norway, and Finland. All right, one more here.
Okay.
The real name of the cat that played Dr. Evil's cat, Mr. Bigglesworth, in
Oh,
Austin
dude.
Powers was Ted. Okay, you know what? I can't read it. I should have pre-read it. I can't say it. Can't say it.
No, that's please
No,
say it.
I can't.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if I should. Yeah.
His name was Ted Nugent.
Wow. I can't believe you said it.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, I got you.
Because he was a hairless cat.
Yes, I got you.
He was nude. He was a nude gent.
Yes, I got you.
That is hilarious.
Now we're fired. Now
Dude,
we're
come
fired.
on.
Oh, no.
Ted Nude Gent.
He's the greatest Republican
No, stop
In
talking.
what?
No, we're talking about the fact that that's just a really funny play on words.
It's pretty
'cause
funny. You know,
he was a hairless cat.
I
get
saw
it?
the word.
Hairless
I
cat.
saw the N word in there, and I freaked out.
Nude?
Don't say that. Gosh.
We were talking about that yesterday.
What?
Job says that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nude, I came into
No.
this world.
Don't you say it.
Why are you so weird?
You can say naked. Don't say nude.
Why?
That's just, I don't know,
Isn't that-
man.
That's still like an appropriate.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So weird. Is that one of your like trigger words? That's so
yeah, dude.
weird.
Yeah, I like that
Okay.
word. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I will not use that word.
Thank you. Guys, it's all about cats today. What's your favorite type of cat? Send in pictures of your cats
No,
to
that's
the
not
live
it.
line. Steve will be taking those all morning long.
I will not.
You
I
know,
will
why
not
do you
talk
love
about
cats
any of
more
them.
than dogs? It's just going to be a crazy, weird cat show
I'm willing
today.
to bet that if we actually looked at any study, would anybody ever really say they prefer cats to dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're out there. It's like an underground community.
No, but I mean, according to like a poll, like cats or dogs.
Well, the thing
You
is,
really think cats would win
the
on that?
only type of people that actually do those polls are cat people. Have you ever done a survey? Have you ever taken the time to
No.
see we're dog people. We don't waste our time with stuff like that. Cat people, they're usually at home with their cat. And they're like, "Oh, here's a cool little survey poll that I could
Yeah, you know
be a
what?
part of." And they do it with the cat. They do it together. It's like, I don't need to get married. I don't need to get married. Again, this survey said 64% of people with a cat say they'd rather spend a quiet night with their cat than with their significant other.
That's
yeah,
so gross to me.
I believe
I
that.
just think of the hair and
Ugh.
like the corner of your couch that is now destroyed because they're like sharpening their claws and being cats.
Yep.
Ugh.
See, I'm prejudiced when it comes to cats. I would own a big cat,
Yeah.
like a mountain lion or a lion,
Yeah.
tiger. But when it comes to a little cat, what do I have against little cats? They're pretty much the same thing, just like the midget version of a giant
But
cat.
they're mean. You can't say that.
I shouldn't have
You
said
can't
that.
say-
Darn
yeah.
it. They're like miniatures.
There
Sorry.
you go. Yes.
Why am I like that?
I don't know.
You know,
Hey,
if I
don't
like
get me
big
wrong,
cats.
okay.
Why wouldn't I? It's like a giraffe. If they have mini giraffes, I would be all about it.
Well, yeah.
You know,
That'd be kind of weird.
mini rhinos.
No.
Yeah,
they're
dude.
mean,
No,
They'd still
man,
be
I could
mean.
train that
Like
thing.
the size of a dog, but a
Oh,
rhinoceros.
Sure, I could train it.
I'm thinking hippopotamus.
Hippo.
No,
They're so
those are
cute.
mean.
Maybe a grizzly bear that was the size of your dog.
What?
Right?
No.
See, I would be all about it. But when it comes to a cat, it's like, no way, man. I don't want anything to do with it. Like, even if I was allergic to the grizzly bear, the miniature grizzly
Yeah.
bear, I'd be okay with it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
'Cause
I'd
it's a
deal with
grizzly
it 'cause
bear.
it's a grizzly bear.
Wouldn't that be like just owning a koala? Because it's like
Koalas
a
are huge,
miniature
dude.
bear. They're not that huge.
Oh, they're bigger than that.
Are they?
Yeah, man.
No, they're not.
They're bigger than Brody.
No, they are
Heck
not.
yeah, they are.
A koala. Are you thinking
Yeah.
of a panda
Are
bear?
you thinking of a baby koala? Like, what are you thinking of? Have you been to the zoo? Koalas
Yes.
are big.
They're like, you can hold them like a toddler.
Yeah, a baby one.
No.
Google it.
Gosh.
You need to find out. But why is it? Why is it that I'm prejudiced towards little cats? Like
I
small
don't know.
cats.
I don't
Like,
know
it's
why
just
that is
cats.
for you. I grew up with cats, and so I don't mind them. It's just they make me itch now, like the fur,
Yeah.
and the dander, and the
It's sneezing.
bleh.
Yep. They always want to rub up against you, and then your leg itches.
That's why you give me a Ted Nugent all day long, and I'll hang out with that cat.
Mhm.
Actually, that's a lie. I had a friend who had, like, his parents had 2 of those kind of cats, like the hairless cats, and they're always like shaking because they're always like cold. And just weird, and you try and pet them, and it's like you're petting skin.
Yeah, I
and
can't-
It was so.
Yeah.
It was gross.
I follow a
man.
friend on
It was
Instagram that
really
has one of
gross.
those, and they're scary.
They're really gross.
Yeah.
Wow, Stacy honestly just chimed in and said she prefers cats over dogs.
Stacy! What's wrong with you? You know what? To each his own.
Most people are just chiming in with their love for dogs. Trey said, I inherited a cat. My daughter wanted a cat, no longer likes the cat. And now the cat has become my cat. And yes, we call her the cat.
The cat. Hey, there's the cat.
Vivian says, I don't do cat surveys, and I have one. Yeah, my boy Javi, 100% of him allergic to cats.
Yeah.
Ugh. Mark has a pug named Doggy Smalls.
Oh, really? Oh. Send a picture in, Mark. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see that beautiful pug. Researchers polled 2,000 people over the age of 55. Half of them had at least one cat or dog, and the other half didn't have pets. And the ones who did have pets were twice as likely to consider themselves a success in life.
I feel like if I were on my own, I don't know that I'd have any animal.
Yeah, because you don't want to leave the dog alone. That's tough when you're at work all day and
Like, I'm cool with my dog, but he's obnoxious. He frustrates me a lot, and I'm like, I could keep him or get rid. Whatevs.
Yeah,
He's cool.
yeah. But if you're alone, that a dog is like your
bro.
Your bro.
It's like hanging out.
Yeah,
by your feet.
If you have your
Yes.
dog with you, you're not lonely.
Yeah, that's, you know what? Touche.
Yeah.
I'll be hanging out watching TV, and he's always like curled up on the floor next to my feet. Like he just wants to be near me.
Exactly.
Yeah. But not overbearingly. Like a cat wants to like climb on you and get you all gross, and then you try and pet it, and then it's like, don't touch me, and then like runs and curls away somewhere else, and you're like, ugh. They're like rude roommates.
Yeah.
I don't like cats.
Did you see what Bill Peterson posted yesterday about his son, Matt?
No.
So Matt, he just got a dog. I got to pull up this picture for you because it went viral on Reddit. So Matt posted.
Yes.
Did you see the picture?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So Bill Peterson's son gets this puppy, and he posts a picture of this puppy that went viral on Reddit because it looks like a stuffed animal.
It looks like a stuffed animal.
Like, it doesn't look real. It is the cutest puppy I've ever seen in my entire existence. How do we get that posted? We got to get that posted.
I'll send you the picture. But yeah, it went viral. He posted it on Reddit, and the funny thing about the dog's name is Steve.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and that's all he posted was meet my new friend Steve.
Dude, everybody lost their minds. Like in the nation. Seriously, this went viral this week, and I couldn't believe it. We'll post it to our Instagram so you can see this at Star88FM.
It's moving up on 100,000 likes, and it's just people are losing their minds. Like, just, oh my gosh, I love it. I wish I was there to take a selfie with it. Oh my gosh, the big eyes. It's so cute.
Somebody said cats are pretentious and constantly plotting to kill you. Dogs just want to make you happy. The choice is clear. Dogs are superior. Yeah.
Yeah, dog. If you have a dog, people want to talk to you and be your friend.
On the flip side, somebody chimed in and said they actually have prisons now that have cat programs for death row inmates, and the cats actually have the prison running smoother because the inmates have a friend.
I think that's great.
But
I think it's great.
Wouldn't they just go through the bars? Like, they just kick it with the inmates?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I don't know. You think they're cats. Cats are obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm out. I don't want to hang out with you anymore. They're like Teo. Teo is that friend that like will always shoot you straight, but sometimes it kind of hurts.
Yeah. Because he's a cat.
He's a cat person.
He's like a cat.
Oh my gosh, it all makes sense.
Yeah, see?
Like we want to hang out and be cool and just make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah, cat people always tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care if they hurt your feelings.
Not at all.
That's such a
He's
cat.
very blunt.
Man.
Like a cat. Don't touch me. I'm out.
Yeah. Don't touch me.
I'll come back when I feel like hanging out with you.
Yeah. It's weird. I'll trust girls that like cats, but I won't trust guys that love cats.
Yeah.
If I find out you're a guy and you love cats, I'm like, sorry, bro, I can't be your
Did
friend.
you send me that photo of Steve?
Oh, yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Somebody said you totally hijacked Dex's story.
I did?
I mean, I guess I did.
What, you did? I mean, what?
I guess I did.
I don't understand. Good morning, everybody.
I'm going to get that photo, guys, and I'm going to post it at Star 88
Yeah,
FM.
but we probably should get permission from Matt first.
Why?
Okay, because
It's gone viral.
what if we go viral with it, and then he's like, yeah,
And he's like, dude, that's
I'm gonna
my
sue
dog.
you if you don't take it down,
Oh, my gosh,
dude.
guys. Baby Steve is the cutest animal I've ever seen in my entire
He
life.
really is.
I'm a grown man. I just said that.
Yep.
Oh, man alive.
Today is World Cat Day. Enjoy it. Good morning, everybody. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. You guys can chime in. We're on Facebook and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. You guys can also call us when we come back. 505-338-3700. And we got a live line you can text in. What is that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hang out.
Exposing the enemy. Here's a Star 88 PowerPoint from Pastor Jimmy Evans.
God wants us to declare the word over every issue in our lives. God wants us to pull the word out and not be, holy joes and legalistic, but for our words of our mouth to line up with the word of God. And when the devil comes and tells us you need to kill yourself, there's no reason for your life. We need to tell him, I'm the righteousness of God in Christ. God has given me a future and a hope. That's what his plan is for me. When he comes to condemn us for our sins, we say there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. He fears this, not my opinion, not my words. He fears this because it's nuclear in the spirit realm. This is the greatest weapon on earth. Nothing can defeat it. Nothing can defeat it.
That's Jimmy Evans on a PowerPoint from Star 88.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition, small classes, a great sports program, and a secure facility, Evangel strives to equip students for the work God has for them. Our high school utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our academy campus taught by our staff. Evangel uses a leadership-driven and individualized learning model to help prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. To further speak to individual students with various circumstances, we have a Christian-focused online homebound program for up to 20 students, grade 6 through 12. For more information about our programs, grade K through 12, please call 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
A solar flare on Star 88 with Matt Chandler. Without a heart transformed by the grace of Christ, we just continue to manage external and internal darkness. Star 88.
Okay, let's hit it. My hands are shaking. There's something between my rib cage that is resonating. The
Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
We choose to express ourselves through music.
California fire officials say 2 wildfires have combined to form the state's largest ever fire.
Rick Gates back on the stand.
The West Hollywood City Council's approved a resolution to have President Trump's star removed from the Walk of Fame.
8th graders will be able to get in free to nationwide screening of the movie 8th Grade.
One more week of 8th grade, right?
Yeah. At least one theater is participating in every state.
SpaceX put a communications satellite into orbit for Indonesia.
The European Union counter the effects of renewed U.S. sanctions on companies companies doing business in Iran.
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has tested several brands of vehicles with driver assist systems and warns many of them could steer into a crash if the driver isn't paying attention.
Strong shallow earthquake struck off eastern coast of Japan.
For the third straight month, there are more job openings across the country than there are unemployed workers.
A hurricane and a tropical storm are blowing over the Pacific Ocean off western Mexico.
Tennis star Serena Williams says she's been struggling with postpartum emotions.
Tesla stocks soaring.
Lady Gaga's in Las Vegas.
Clergy gathering outside a Chicago hospital calling for an end to violence.
Shout out to our app that you can download in the App Store. It's not working today.
Okay.
Huge shout out on this.
It works
National
every other
Cat Day.
day. I'm supposed to go reset something and do something.
Yeah, we'll try to figure it out.
Okay.
There's so many people are trying to listen that sometimes our little app just can't handle it.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Welcome to the show, everybody, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Go to our Instagram page, our Facebook page. We
Yeah,
just
dude.
posted a beautiful, beautiful photo on National Cat Day of Steve the dog.
Yeah, Steve the dog. Our friend Matt got a new puppy, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it went viral on Reddit. People lost their minds.
He doesn't
And
look real, man.
Let's face it, though. I mean, he's cute, but that picture was perfect. It's almost like when you get the perfect selfie and you know the person and you go, okay, I know Jen doesn't look like that, okay? I just know. But the lighting is perfect. Everything was perfect when Matt took that photo of Steve. His eyes were perfect. His black fur was just on point. I mean, the stars aligned when he took that picture. So, I mean, he's a cute dog, but that picture is like, oh my gosh, will make your heart just, oof. Yeah. Tell you what, I think our system here is like having some gas problem this morning. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, or if it's just us.
Nope, it's the speaker.
Okay. I don't think anybody else can hear it. You guys can chime in. We're on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. And you guys can call in. Phone line's open, 505-338-3700. Also, text in. We got a live line. What's that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
There is one department store that already has its Christmas music display up. I almost said music up, but stuff up. Christmas stuff up.
You better watch out. You better not cry.
Guys, Christmas is right around the corner. We're
Don't do
weeks
this to me.
away.
Don't do this to me.
Weeks away from Christmas.
Yeah.
We need you to get your Christmas shopping done. I'm dreaming of a while. From here on out until December 31st, we will play Christmas music. We're kicking it off early because that's what people want.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
I don't want to do this.
Had a very
I hate everything
shiny
about it. It is
nose.
August.
Okay, you're right.
It is August.
Yeah, there's a department store in London. They just put up their Christmas stuff. 140 days before December 25th. At least they showed more restraint than last year when they put it up at the end of July.
I will say we were at a store in town this last weekend, and they already have their Christmas trees up. You can purchase their Christmas trees.
Yes, why not? Why not?
Because it's August.
It's, you know what? Time goes by so
It
quick.
is. We have 4 months, like 4.5 months till Christmas. Yeah, we have a lot of time till Christmas.
No, it's...
Ain't nobody planning Christmas that early.
Oh, I am.
Has anybody? Okay.
Oh, can you feel it in the air? Oh, I just feel Christmas right now.
Is anybody planning that far in advance?
Pass me the eggnog.
Listen, Scripture says we're not promised tomorrow. There's no guarantee you're
Yeah,
even
so
gonna
why
be
not
breathing
have
oxygen.
Christmas today?
So don't even worry about it. We've got months and months and months.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to the show.
Okay.
Hey, are you exploiting my grand dog?
What do you? What? Who's this?
I want a cease and desist.
Yeah?
That is not Photoshop. Don't make fun of my grand dog.
We're not making fun of your grand dog. We actually shared a photo of your grand dog to our Instagram and our Facebook page because we thought on National Cat Day, how better to honor it than by showing a dog? Because cats are dumb.
Dex,
Yes?
yeah, I know, because cats are dumb, but Dex, that kind of makes you an uncle.
Yeah.
You know what? It kind of does. You know what? Steve is my nephew.
Yeah, well, and considering Matt named the dog after me, I mean, I should have some say in how Steve lives his life, you know?
Oh. I get it.
Yeah. Steve.
Oh.
Yeah. Name the dog Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not William, Steve.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
I love
Okay,
you too,
bye.
bye.
See you later.
Bill Peterson, everyone.
Yeah.
Seriously, his son bought the
about
cutest
that.
dog I've ever seen in my entire existence. Please go to our Facebook and
Hey,
or
I
our
don't like it.
Instagram.
I don't like when you say bought. Okay.
At Starry Native M. What?
It just sounds weird, dude.
Purchase?
Dogs are people too,
Oh,
dude.
no,
When
they're-
you say
oh,
bought,
shut
I
up.
don't like
They're
it,
not-
man.
Then what do you do? What do you do when they adopt?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. If you
Adopt
could
a
use
pet.
adopt, don't say purchase.
Bought a dog.
You know? When you adopt a child, it costs money. You know? Just
Gosh,
saying.
I want to throw something at you. Do
You don't
not
say
equate,
I purchased the child,
do not
you?
equate
I'm just saying.
humans.
Dogs are super close to humans.
I
man.
got a great breed of human. You know what? You're right, actually.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I am. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
terrible. Go check out my nephew, Steve. He's up at our Facebook page. And we're trying to get hits. So if you guys could share it.
Just go to Instagram at Star88FM.
I shared Star's photos, so if you could share
Getting
it,
back to the
What?
topic at hand. A member of the Stormy said, I've already heard Christmas music in Wendy's.
Really?
Yeah. Gosh,
What?
that's stupid. But you are allowing this.
I'm allowing it?
Yes.
How would I be allowing it?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. The season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la.
Cynthia says, I watched all the Hallmark Christmas movies in July.
Oh man, aren't you supposed to
All
be
the
on
Hallmark
one coming up
Christmas
this
in July. No, that's not happening.
This
No.
season? I thought
No.
Oh.
No.
Thought you were gonna be in one.
No. I was, and then
Weren't you supposed to
I
play
had
like
a
a
dream,
yoga
and then
instructor?
somebody else had a dream of cruising in a rocket ship on a road. And
Yeah? That's funny.
Kim says, no, dude, you adopt a dog. Come on, he's part of the family
Thank
now.
you. Thank
Mi
you.
familia!
Thank you, Kim.
El perro loco!
Yeah, dude. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Send pictures in of your dogs.
Mm.
And cats if you want. We've gotten a few this morning. But dogs rule the world. I'm just saying.
Mm.
And so does Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it this year. I think it's going to be a beautiful Christmas. I think we're going to get some snow this year.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. You know what? Petersons, let's put the tree up today. Let's put the tree up today. Why not? Why can't we?
Yeah.
Throw up the Christmas lights in the backyard. Why not?
Mm. Hey, I got an update for anybody who uses the app or the stream or anything else that's fed by our IP stream. It's down right now. So you're just going to have to hit us up on YouTube or Facebook or the old terrestrial way because the app's not going to be working.
That ain't cool, dude.
Sadly.
That ain't cool, man.
Well, when you don't pay your electric bill, they turn the lights off.
Yeah, it happens. I've been there before a few times.
Yeah.
It does happen.
Yeah.
Would you rather have your Wi-Fi shut off or your water? I'd rather have my water shut off.
Wi-Fi? Who are you?
If you had to pick one,
Yeah.
I'd have the water shut off.
Why? Because you can still, you have cellular service still, right?
I can find
still...
water somewhere else,
Okay.
Steve. Okay? I go to your house. I could go so many places. I could do a shower here in the bathroom at work. A sink shower. All right? You turn off the Wi-Fi, what do you do?
Oh, man.
What happens to your quality of life if the Wi-Fi gets shut off? You know what I'm saying?
It would be amazing in our household because immediately Fortnite would be over. Be like, I don't know how to live.
Right?
I don't know how to exist.
Yeah. Nobody likes to take showers.
Okay.
You know? I mean, a bath is nice every
I'd
once
rather
in a while.
have water than electricity, man. Oh, if I couldn't wash my hands because I'm like weird about the like, what's that germy stuff that you can use? I can't do that stuff because it kills all the good bacteria on your hands.
Yeah.
So I need water. I need water.
You could go to the neighbor's backyard and fill buckets up with water. You'd be fine.
No.
Bucket showers.
No.
We did it in Mexico all the time. We did. Bucket showers, man.
Yeah.
Telling you. That's the topic right now. Wi-Fi or water?
Someone said, I love how you guys announced that the app isn't working and you'll have to listen elsewhere when, like, the people listening on there probably can't hear that
I
announcement.
thought the exact same thing when we talked
Hey,
about it.
guys, if you're trying to listen on the app currently, but there might be people who chimed in on Facebook and on YouTube, because we had those people
wondering
say,
why.
hey, I'm on Facebook, the app's not working.
Yeah.
So,
maybe there's people driving in their car to work, and then when they get to work, they tune in from the app, and they're like, well...
Or the
you know what?
website. Nope.
You know,
guys
we
are
know what we're
stuck
doing.
with us on YouTube and on Facebook today.
We know what we're doing, all right? We know what we're doing.
Yeah. Just wish... never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Go ahead, say it. I dare you.
No, I was just going to say I wish... knew what there. Can't say it. I don't want to offend people
You want to
in
say
other
nude again,
departments.
don't you?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying we're really down. Like everything's down. That's what happens when you don't write those checks, man.
Oof. You know who else is down? Alex Jones.
Dude, are we going to talk about
We're
this
going to
today?
talk about this coming up.
Gosh, I'm excited we're going to be talking about it. Definitely not stoked on the content. Love him or hate him. I know some people actually like InfoWars and Alex Jones. If you don't know who he is, we will definitely be talking about that next hour. Because, wow.
You sound like Alex Jones right there. Wow. You ever watch him?
No.
He's my favorite show.
Oh.
It's like what we watch. Number one programming at the Petersons. Alex Jones. I'm kidding.
Stop
We don't
it.
ever watch Alex
Stop
Jones.
it, dude. That's awful. Gosh, that's
Let
awful.
me tell you guys what's going on out there.
Is that
all right?
really what he sounds
This is
like?
Alex Jones.
See, I know nothing about him other than like stupid things that people used to post on Facebook.
Yeah.
And now I don't know anything about him because he's been banned. So if you don't know, people call him alt-right, crazy man, Alex Jones. He has been banned from Apple, Facebook, Spotify. Oh, and more to come.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next hour, but...
Censorship is what we're going to be talking about,
Yeah, we
guys.
are.
Censorship.
Are we allowed to mention what we got last night?
I don't know, man. We have a big meeting after the show.
We do,
I think
but
we could
I
wait.
mean, I almost...
we should wait.
Okay.
We should do a huge tease and build up to that story. But, gosh, man, there's a trend in America that's happening right now. Okay, brothers. All right, brothers.
Are you Hulk Hogan?
No, I'm Alex Jones, brother.
Okay.
All right, there's a trend going on, and they're trying to censor me right now, brothers.
You sound like a weirdo. Is that really what he sounds like? I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Other than he's just like a
I think I
ranter,
nailed it.
screamy guy.
I think I nailed it.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about it coming up. Yeah. Also, is being positive and optimistic bad for your health? You know what they say? Hey, positive attitude, bro. Positive attitude. Is it bad for your health? For your health? Is it bad for your health?
Being optimistic and positive?
Yeah.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm asking you a question.
I don't think so.
We're going to find out. I think you're going to be surprised with the answer.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. We have so many dog pictures coming in.
Oh, yes,
I
send them in,
love it.
guys.
Love
Oh, my
it.
gosh, look at how cute that dog
No,
is.
man, look at that one.
Oh, is it one
The
eye or
husky?
is it like,
No, it's like
blue and, blue
Rocket.
and-
Rocket
yeah.
has the same
If
thing.
a dog's one eye is blue, is it blind? Is that usually true?
No, that's so weird. People ask me about Rocket all the time. Can you only see from one eye? And I'm like, because he's got a blue eye?
Yeah, I've heard that.
No.
If a dog's eye is blue, they're usually blind. Maybe he's blind. He didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Have you done a test? Have you tested out Rocket?
No. I've never taken him to the eye doctor.
You know what? See, you got to take your dog to the eye doctor, bro. If we got time, we got a letter coming up. Someone needs some advice. And really cool story on the way where a stranger paid for a celebrity and didn't know it was a celebrity. Did something cool. Not because of the celebrity.
I saw this story. Yes.
Right?
Yes. I love stories like these. Did you ever hear the Tony Romo story? About this elder couple that like broke down on the side of the road. This really great young man like pulled over after like 10 minutes of everybody driving by and nobody stopping for this couple. Pulled over, got everything squared away, popped the hood, fixed everything in the car, said thank you, went on his way. And they had no idea who he was. And they posted this thing about how this nice young man, blah, 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 blah. Well, then the next day they were watching football and realized Tony Romo helped
Oh, my gosh,
us.
that's awesome.
It was cool. He didn't want to be acknowledged, nothing.
Oh, that's cool. Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 studios. Hang out with us on Facebook and YouTube Live. Again, we repeat, again, the app is down. You can't stream us right now through the app, so go to YouTube, go to Facebook Live, go to 88.3 on your FM dial. Or you can wait. We're on demand after the show. We upload all the shows. All right, we got to take a quick break. We're going to talk about censorship when we come back. Hang out with us.
This is Ground Wire with Sean Dunn.
The difference between the two people was astounding. The plane was in the midst of a pretty severe stretch of turbulence, and one lady was on the edge of her seat. The other was oblivious. One looked panicked, and the other looked peaceful. I did not get to talk to the lady that was struggling with the bumps, but I'm sure that she was nervous about the plane's stability. She wasn't sure if the structure was safe or the pilot was qualified. The two reminded me of the condition of some people's lives spiritually. Some people are uncertain and uneasy about their life. Some people feel every bump, while others don't even seem to notice. So what makes the difference? A knowledge and trusting relationship with Christ. When you know that God is on your side and He's a qualified pilot, that He is in control, you can rest in Him. Because if you don't know the pilot, and if you don't have anyone in whom you put your trust, you will be confused, frustrated, and scared. No matter what your history is, you can become the person that is confident in your destination and even in the journey. All you have to do is get to know the pilot and let Him convince you of His love, protection, and plan for you. Take time today to do just that.
Groundwire. To find out more, click on groundwire.net.
A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
The more you give to others, the more God gives to you. Now, why does He do that? Because God wants you to learn to be like Him. God, probably the number one quality or one of the main qualities of God is He's generous. Everything you have in your life is because of the generosity of God. You would have zip, nothing, nada, if it weren't for God's generosity. You wouldn't even be alive if it weren't for God's generosity. He created you. You say, well, what about all the things I worked for and I earned? Where do you think you got the ability to work? Who gave you your mind? Who gave you your hands? Who gave you your health? Who decided to have you born here and give you the freedom? Who gave you all? Everything you have in your life is a total gift from God. You'd have nothing without God.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. On the air and in your face.
But lovingly so.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
I need you to fight for me when I don't know what I believe. Why does everybody leave? Show me what it's like to dream. Hey, go, you the best. Hey, say it with the chest. Hey, yeah, wave them high, side to side. Let them know we gon' rise, we gon' shine. Hey, I need you to fight for me. Hey, I know you're my therapy. I know where we fight. It's just to know we tried. Eye drops. How do I start it off? Pulling all these hours, trying to keep it all clear. I got way too many thoughts, putting these expectations got me feeling stuck like think I feel it all the time. Did I really miss my pride? I don't know how to cope when I'm low, but I know that you're close, that you're close. I've been away, yeah, losing my faith, yeah, hope I'm not late, trying to find grace, yeah, for my mistakes, ayy, I need to pray, yeah, I need to pray, yeah, wake up to the mirror like I need you to fight for me when I don't know what I believe. Why does everybody leave? Show me what it's like to dream. Hey, go, you the first. Hey, say it with the chest. Hey, yeah, wave them high, side to side. Let them know we gon' rise, we gon' shine. Hey, I need you to fight for me. Hey, I know you're my therapy. I know why we fight. It's just to know we try.
Say you gon' fight, you ain't try, you don't lie right. Send a prayer up, go a line, you don't find time. Down yet, homie, down yet. Pick me up off the ground yet. Almost strong yet, put me on yeah. Sheesh. Wasn't in my right mind. Yeah. Reach out for me like a lifeline. I've been with you so long, it feel like a lifetime. So connected to you, I could be your Wi-Fi. I was a fight, left hook right across just and right. Out my way, class feel too light. Lose my faith, I lose my life. I've been lost and feeling lonely. Tell them they can't hold me. Looking in the mirror like, when you fight for me.
Fight for me when I don't know what I believe. Why does everybody leave? Show me what it's like to dream. Hey, go, you the first. Hey, say it with the chest. Hey, yeah, wave them high, side to side. Let them know we gon' rise, we gon' shine. Hey, I need you to fight for me. Hey, I know you're my therapy. Hey, yeah, wave them high, side to side. Let them know we gon' rise, we gon' shine. Hey, I need you to fight for me. Hey, I know you're my therapy. I know why we fight. It's just to know we try. I need you to fight for me.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Here's another quick tip of things you can do on a hot work day. In the morning, put a graham cracker, Hershey's chocolate, and a marshmallow on your dashboard. Go out at lunchtime, get in your car, and waiting for you, s'mores. Plus, your car will smell great. This has been another quick tip of things to do on a hot work day.
I like that.
But what if you hate s'mores?
I'm not a big s'mores guy.
Yes!
Right? I don't know what it is. I mean,
It's the marshmallow part.
See, I love the mellow.
Ugh.
It's the graham cracker that I don't like.
Get out. That's the best part.
I like it alone.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want any chocolate
That's
or
why
mellow
anytime
on it.
it's like we're camping and s'mores, I'm like, just give me some of them graham crackers, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't need any of that chocolate bar or those disgusting marshmallows.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome back. Yes, that's right, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Thanks for hanging out with us on Facebook and YouTube Live. It's
By
Star
the way,
88 FM. Yes.
you can also tune in on the app. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
Did we pay the bill? Did we pay it? Are we in? Are we good?
I mean, but let's see. It looks like we just got an apology from the people saying we're so sorry that everything's been reactivated and we're good to go. Let's see.
I don't know about this, man.
No, it's still not working.
All right,
Okay.
well,
All right. Cool. They are a liar. And
You
the
could
truth
keep
is
us
not in
updated
them.
on that. I'd
Yeah,
appreciate
cool.
it. Cool.
All right. Well, that's great.
All right, yeah. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, you can go there and watch
Made
the
me
show.
look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Radio Jar.
Just be careful, guys, what you say in the chat rooms. We know YouTube is listening, and we don't want them to kick us off, ban us, if you will, from YouTube.
Okay, well, that's not gonna happen.
We don't want Zuckerberg to take our Facebook account down. So if you guys just be careful with what you say. It's a very sensitive time, and we would appreciate it. And we're watching what we say as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You promised you wouldn't say the word
Can't say it.
nude again. I mean,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said it. But we're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah. Even though it's a
Because
totally
It's
acceptable
risky.
word on radio.
It's risky, guys.
Not really.
You don't want to get... Hey, we are monetizing our YouTube channel. The last thing we want is to get that check for 33 cents every week, okay? We need that 33 cents. So if we get taken down, we don't get the 33 cents, okay? Here's what's crazy about YouTube, and I know this because my son, my kids really, they are YouTube fanatics. They love to watch YouTube stars. Like, they have all their favorites, and so they talk about it. These YouTube stars talk about what's going on with YouTube. And YouTube is really cracking down on what, if you say something that YouTube doesn't agree with, They take you down.
Gone.
Well, you can't monetize it. They don't necessarily take your video off of YouTube. They just make it to where you can't make money. So now all these YouTube stars that were making tons of money have gotten cut. I mean, drastically. They're making 30% now. What they were raking in the money, and now they're hardly making any money. So there's something going on with YouTube, Facebook,
Apple,
Spotify.
On Monday of this week, the internet was rocked when Alex Jones, the far-right, alt-right talking head, was booted, banned, kicked off Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. No! You say no like that, and it's like, gross, dude.
What am I going to do, bro? What am I going to do without my Alex Jones?
I do not know. Shut up.
Have you ever watched the show?
No.
What do you know about him?
Mm-mm.
What do you know about him?
No.
You know anything about him?
Not doing this one.
You know what? I think you would be very surprised.
Okay.
And I would think you would agree with
maybe some of things.
75 to 80% of what he's talking about.
I just hate shock jocks on both ends. I don't care if you're a conservative or a liberal. If you're saying things to like just get a rise out of somebody, that's being a provocateur in a different way, and all you're doing is causing high emotion. And when was the last time a conversation, an argument was ever decided with high emotion? When was the last time you were able to sit down and have a nice conversation with somebody about their beliefs or their ideals, their theology, whatever it was, when the match, if you will, the argument, the conversation begin with shouting? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I get it. I'm obnoxious sometimes for comedy's sake, but like when it's time to get serious, whether it's politics, where it's about our faith, whatever it is, I just don't know that screaming ever gets the job done, and I'm not about that. I understand that there's like the John the Baptist style where you're out on the street corner preaching repent and screaming and telling people they're going to hell.
That's Alex Jones.
But I was never a fan of that. I was never a fan of being in line at a concert and having people protesting outside of it and screaming and chanting horrible things.
Right.
And then going, you know what? That angry mob has a point.
Yeah.
I want to go have an intelligent conversation with them.
Nobody has ever done that.
So for that reason, no, I don't. Like,
yeah, but I would almost say that, yes, I get Alex Jones. He can get very, very loud. But I honestly think he's more of a Rush Limbaugh type character, you know? Because Rush Limbaugh, he can get a little loud as well, but it's more of, that's kind of the way that he talks. It's kind of the way that he communicates with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just not my cup of tea. That's all I'm saying.
Not my cup
of tea. But what I will also say is I'm kind of nervous about the fact that Facebook, YouTube, Apple, and Spotify have all banned him. All banned him, limiting his access to his following. Of course, private corporations are like, yes, he is garbage. He is toxic.
Well, because he's exposing a lot of the things that these companies are doing.
Sure. I don't know anything about him or InfoWars, so I'm not going to bash him. But I will say this. Whether or not you agree with the things that he has said, this is a scary step towards censorship because people are against his expression, and it's like, I don't like what he's saying. This is unpopular, so let's ban him. Love him or hate him, they seriously pulled that. In fact, I'm reading an article from USA Today that's like, hey guys, listen, maybe booting Alex Jones isn't wrong, but the headline is, it could be dangerous. I'm going to quote USA Today. To state the obvious, there are no constitutional issues involved since the First Amendment protects speech only from intervention by the government. Some have argued that since today's big tech companies wield virtual monopoly power in the marketplace, they should be treated as public utilities when it comes to speech. Meanwhile, free speech champions such as an attorney and blogger Ken White warn that any attempt to treat social media platforms as public forums where First Amendment principles should be governed will lead to some pretty interesting government intrusion.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. But when we start to see companies or social media platforms banning people because of things they don't like that are said, we find ourselves in an interesting place. I mean, we're on Facebook Live. You mentioned it. We're on YouTube. What happens when it becomes unpopular, especially on like when we have conversations about our faith, when we have conversations with, say, Pastor Nate Heitzig in studio or B. Nix in studio or Pastor Skip or a number of the other, like Ben from Legacy or Keith from Life Church. Like we have pastors in regularly, Sam Swan every Friday. What happens if that becomes unpopular opinion and they have the right to just boot us?
Here's the problem that we're facing is these are privately owned companies.
Right.
Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, they're private companies.
Yeah.
So you're saying if you don't agree with what YouTube is doing or Facebook or Spotify or Apple, then you're saying, okay, this private company that is free for you, you're not paying. Some people, I guess, could on YouTube, but if you have the subscription, but it's free.
Yeah.
You're saying that that's not okay? It's a private company. Think about it. A company, if you own a company, aren't you allowed to make some of your own rules? Like, we're allowed not to, provide service to, everyone. We're allowed to pick and choose, basically, who we want to be a customer, right?
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Even if we don't agree with their opinion and what they believe in, where they stand politically and why they banned, they're still a private company, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so they have that right. And saying that, it's like, because somebody chimed in and said, I've always told everybody that Alex Jones is only correct in about 1% of what he says, but we are in big trouble. Any censorship is not good. I will be canceling my Spotify today. Because somebody else on the flip side said, good, that misinformed onion-esque hot-headed right-wing nut job is gone. And that's why I'm saying I'm not here to defend him or bash him for what he says. I don't care about him. I don't like that kind of rhetoric anyways. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on.
A lot of it is conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
I would say that's the majority of what he talks about.
But what is dangerous is it sets a precedent that you can now ban something because you don't like it, which brings us to a friend of ours who recently got banned in his own community, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Do you want to dive into this?
Yeah.
Pastor Greg Laurie, he's an evangelist. We know him well. We've had him on the show a few times.
Like our
we
best
were
friend.
out in. I love Greg Laurie.
He's like my grandfather.
We were out in Phoenix a couple years ago. We were out in Dallas this last year for Harvest America. I had the opportunity to go to Harvest SoCal last year. Didn't get the opportunity this year. Guess wasn't in the budget.
Yeah.
But he's an amazing dude, and thousands upon thousands of people come to Jesus Christ because of his amazing ministry. He's got a multi-campus Harvest Christian Fellowship out there. Well, he's known in the SoCal community, right?
Yeah.
This last week, he was forced to remove billboards promoting Harvest SoCal, which is his annual event they've been doing 29 years now, right? There were two popular malls in Southern California that had billboard spaces that forced him to remove his ad because they featured him holding a black book. It doesn't say Bible on it. There's not a cross on it. There's no indication of what it is. It's literally him. And of course, we as Christians know, like, this is a pastor. Yeah. He's holding up the Bible, but it's just, the image is a black book.
That right there, at first, it was a Bible, right? It said Bible on there, because what I had read, the first image that they had was a Bible, and so they went back to them and said, hey, we need you to tone it down. So they actually took the word Bible off of the book,
yeah,
and toned it down to where they thought that it would be. So they got him up. They got the new picture up of Greg Laurie holding a book
Just a book. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's him holding up a black book. There's no terminology on it. There's nothing. There's no cross on it. There's literally nothing on it. However, they totally scrubbed the billboards. They pulled all of them down because people started complaining that it was offensive to them because he was holding up a Bible. This is a pastor. So, but it doesn't say Bible anywhere. It's literally just it's a photo of him with the Bible in his hand, but it's kind of scrubbed, so it's just a black book.
Yeah, and there's dates on there on when harvest is happening, and I think maybe some of the artists that are going to be there.
Dude, there's seriously nothing overtly religious or Christian about it. This, of course, that's actually a quote from our boy John Collins, who we had on the show a few times. I love John. We're going to get him on the show again, of course, to talk about this. But it says SoCal Harvest, Greg Laurie, August 17th through the 19th, Angel Stadium. Friday, Passion, Phil Wickham. Saturday, Phil Wickham, Jordan Felice. Sunday, Chris Tomlin, Phil Wickham. SoCal.harvest.org. That is literally everything that says on the billboard. That's everything it says. And it was pulled down. It doesn't have a cross. It doesn't have any religious symbol. It doesn't even have the word Bible on it. There is nothing about this that is overtly Christian. The company asked that the billboards be taken down because there was a, quote, serious threat at Fashion Island, one of these malls in Southern California. It's unbelievable to me. The contract stated that management reserved the right to not display any materials that could be construed as vulgar or offensive. So they pulled all of these billboards because he's holding a book in his hand.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not all about like this whole Alex Jones outcry, crazy, ranting, whatever, but it sets a precedent that it's okay to just say, I don't like that. That offends me.
Yeah.
And we're so sensitive in our culture right now that how long until stuff like this becomes the norm?
Right.
You know what I mean? Legacy's got a billboard in town. Calvary's got a billboard. I've seen Copper Point billboards. When do those get pulled because they're, quote, offensive?
Right.
Because it's like, find life. I already have a life. This is offensive.
I wonder, I wish we had the numbers on how many people were actually complaining about the billboard. You know, were there
that's a great
other
question.
companies out there that were going to pull their money from this billboard company if they didn't take down the Greg Laurie billboard? I mean, because that's what we're kind of seeing in Hollywood, right? They're scared to death that they're going to lose advertisers. So they're so quick to fire them and take it down or take the person down so they don't lose it, you know? They don't lose it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, okay, how many people actually complained? Is there a possibility, could they have lost money over this if they would have kept the billboard up?
Here's what's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
They went back. They went back to the ad agency and said, hey, can we just change it? So John Collins, quote, we changed it to a more simplified ad that simply said harvest. It gave the dates. It gave the music artists that are going to be with us. No image of Greg Laurie even holding the Bible. And the ad agency came back and said they just wanted the ads completely removed and refunded all of the money to Harvest.
Wow.
They didn't even want it plain. Nope. We're good.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't advertise in SoCal anymore. In the Orange County area. So
I wonder if they're doing this across the board with anything that's spiritual, religious. Let's say Scientology had their billboard up through this company. You know, I wonder if they're axing all of them or if this is just the first time that we've seen this.
Yeah. I mean, there's an intolerance against Christianity at this point that's pretty crazy. And so that's why I wanted to talk Alex Jones, because it's like people are like, good. He's gross. And it's like, cool, man. That is your opinion. You can tune out. You can turn them off. You can change the channel. You can do whatever you want. But now we're at a place in culture where all you have to do is cry foul.
Mm-hmm.
And people freak out because the money, the world revolves around money. And it's like, oh, this might hurt our sales.
Right.
And now, seriously, if you're just joining us, a Greg Laurie billboard that was simply him holding up his Bible that was scrubbed black. Like there's no lettering that says Holy Bible. There's no cross symbol. There's nothing symbolizing that it's anything other than a book in his hand, was removed because it was considered vulgar or offensive.
Hey, thank you so much for calling.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. So I know, it's advertisement and censorship and all that, but I'm curious what you guys think about how this is connected to the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the bakery that would not serve the gay couple.
Right.
So to me, that ruling set this precedent.
That's
it
an
is
interesting
totally
take.
fine for any company, whenever, to deny anybody service if it doesn't fall in line with their beliefs.
Right.
So, so now, we're talking billboards, we're talking Apple, YouTube, all of these people can censor and deny service to these customers, and that's that. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
Yeah, and what's interesting is on Facebook, how about this? What happens when somebody drives by a church and there's a cross out front, or they have their, it's a private company, but so who starts complaining and says, "Hey, we don't want, we don't want this in our community." What do you do? Where's the line?
Yeah.
So
thanks, Mary.
Exactly. It's crazy. It's totally crazy.
Yep.
All right. Have a good morning.
You too. You guys want to chime in? 505-338-3700.
Mark says this is the effect of everyone getting a trophy. No one can handle loss, and everyone is entitled. This is proof of why you shouldn't live for this world. Austin says, can we just dump California already? Worst state ever. I don't know, man. The Angels are out there.
Yeah.
My boy Thebes is out there. I've got friends out there, man. Come on.
Mary brings up a great point, though, because it does go both ways. I mean, if you own a company, you should be allowed to do what you want with your company, right? And the last thing we want is for the government to step in, right, and start having control over our companies.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets kind of tricky.
I was going to say, it is definitely tricky because that ad agency, definitely that company, they have the right to refuse that because somebody was offended.
Yeah.
Somebody was going to pull their own funding. So then they're like, we got to scrub this church thing from our advertising. It's unfortunate. It's awful. But yeah, it's an interesting conversation. That's for sure. We're definitely going to have to talk to John. John Collins, he's such an incredible dude. And they've handled it with such grace. They didn't say anything negative about the company. They haven't said a negative word. In fact, in an interview with Christian Post, he said, we're certainly not upset with the Irvine company. Obviously, they're catching heat for allowing us to run the ads. We feel it's just unfortunate that people are complaining. It's sad that our culture is at this degree of intolerance. There's such an intolerance against Christianity that we aren't allowed to state or to publicly advertise our event.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Here's an event that saves lives, that changes lives, that transforms lives. People that were going to commit suicide, put the gun down. We've heard so many stories.
Every time I talk to Greg or John or anybody from Harvest, I'm like just blown away by the impact it has in the Southern California area. Up to like 10,000 people a year come forward, give their life to Christ. So obviously it's going to be under attack. You think Satan's like, yeah, bro, this is cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And even look at the atheists out there that's been burned by the church, been burned by Christians, been burned by religion, and they have this horrible taste in their mouth because of that, right?
Yeah.
And they're just firing one like this is they don't get it. They don't understand it.
Bullets,
instead of looking at it like, you know what? Hey, if it works for you, it works for you, And there are a lot of atheists that look at it that way. We have many that listen to us that have that point of view. Yeah. Hey, if it works for you, it works for you, right? Yeah. It's changing lives. This is such a great thing for the community of Orange County, and now they're not allowed to advertise on this with this billboard company because.
Well, Mary brought up an interesting point because now a bunch of people are chiming in agreement. A good point. How much, one person chimed in asking, how much have Christians contributed to the situation or the problem? Yeah. And somebody else said, this is where both sides of the hypocrisy comes out. The left is currently happy because Alex Jones is banned, But when the same thing happened to Colin Kaepernick in a private company situation like the NFL, the left lost their minds and were outraged because he couldn't speak.
Another great point.
And yet the right was so happy that Colin Kaepernick didn't get a job in the NFL, but is outraged by Alex Jones and now this Greg Laurie situation. And it's like, what do you do?
Right. Yeah, the NFL's losing money, losing advertisers because of the whole kneeling situation. So they're like, here's a new rule, guys. You know, because it really does. It boils down to money, you know, and I can guarantee you that this situation with the Billboard company has to do with they're scared that they're going to lose money because so many people are complaining.
Somebody said, but hey, they're not killing us. We still have it good in America as far as Jesus goes, better than most of the world historically speaking.
True, yeah.
So we have to remember that. Somebody says, and yet no one is offended over billboards with naked women on them promoting strip clubs and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you guys want to chime in, 505-338-3700. Good morning.
I am outraged by the Golden Arches because they've made me fat.
Okay.
Every time I see them, every time I see them, I have to have those fries, and I just get fatter and fatter.
Need a little
I
backbone?
want every Golden Arch sign taken down.
Yes, let's go.
Just come on.
Let's get our tiki torches. Okay, bye.
Self-control. It's a fruit of the spirit. Self-control, maybe. Just maybe.
Tiki torches. Let's get them.
Okay.
We're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. You guys want to chime in? Talking about Greg Laurie. He posted, or I guess they put up a Harvest Crusade billboard, and the billboard company at first went to them because it's a picture of Greg Laurie holding a Bible and then some dates of when Harvest was going down. And so the billboard company went to Greg and said, hey, we need you to kind of, let's tone it down a little bit. So they took the word Bible off of the book. They scrubbed it.
Yeah.
And then the billboard company comes back and says, yeah, no, it's not going to work. So they even took Greg Laurie off the billboard, and they just put the dates up and said, will this work? And the company said, no, we've gotten too many complaints, and we're just not going to go down that road. So, okay.
Man,
it's such a sticky situation.
Yeah. Because, I'm still reading this USA Today article, and their big question is, what is the definition of hate speech? That's why they pulled Alex Jones from Facebook, from YouTube, from everywhere, was not because of his idiocy with the Sandy Hook school shooting. He has claimed that Hillary Clinton and her top advisors ran this child trafficking ring out of Washington. Like, he's had some pretty outlandish things. But they say that the reason he was pulled was for hate speech against Muslims, transgender people, and other people groups. So defining hate speech becomes the big question, like, what is considered hate speech? Because now Greg Laurie's billboard is pulled because he's holding a Bible.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything. It's an invitation to come to Harvest SoCal for a concert with Phil Wickham and Jordan Felice and to hear the gospel. And that was pulled because it was deemed offensive. So oh gosh. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this definition of hate speech in the coming days, weeks, months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you guys want to chime in, you guys can call us when we come back. 505-338-3700. We also have a live line you can text in. What's that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. I would implore William Peterson to use that. He's exhausted his phone call limit today.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back. Hang out.
Now, a Star 88 PowerPoint. Here's Francis Chan.
What does that do to you? I know some of you grew up in church, so you're used to hearing the word God. And you say it over and over and over, and you lose its meaning when we say that word, God. We're talking about a being who right now is so different from us that if he tore the roof off of this Colosseum and he let us look at his face, we would all die immediately. We're talking about a being who's allowing us to live right now and determines whether we make it through this meeting. When we say God, we're talking about a being sitting on his throne in unapproachable light, with lightning and thunder and fire all around his throne, and 100 million angels all saying, "Worthy, worthy are you."
That was Francis Chan on Star 88 with a PowerPoint.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like chili rellenos, burrito de Eduardo, the BOG burrito, and carne adobada. La Salita is friendly to those who are vegan or gluten-free and offers catering, as well as a rewards program at 1950 Wansabo or online at lasalita.com. Star 88 thanks La Salita for their support.
This week on Connect with Skip Heitzig, Skip points out that your attitude determines your actions.
Have the same attitude toward people that Jesus had toward people. So if my outlook is selfish, my actions will be divisive and destructive. If my outlook is self-sacrificing, then the outcome will be edifying, unifying.
Connect with Skip this week as he continues the series Technicolor Joy.
Make an appointment for Skip Heitzig weekdays at 8 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. D.L. Moody reminds us our greatest fear should not be of failure, but of succeeding in something that doesn't really matter. Star 88 with a solar flare.
Just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. You're the brightest. You are lighting up the night. You're the wonder, bringing color to our lives. It's your love. The city lights. We're gonna burn bright like we've come alive. We've come alive, and the world needs to know the hope that we hold. Love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights. Just like the city lights. Just like the city lights. A fire, your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. Your love is a fire. We will never be the same, and our hearts cannot contain. Your love is a fire. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights. The hope that we hold, love is breaking through the darkness. We're gonna burn bright like the city lights, just like the city lights. 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 The city lights, like the city lights. Just like the city lights.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
Manafort's attorneys taking aim, trying to rip apart the credibility of his former right-hand man, Rick Gates.
He said that he used money he stole from Manafort to lead a secret life in London, carrying on an affair in an apartment.
California firefighters continue to battle wildfires across the state.
The Mendocino complex fire is now the largest in state history.
A special election in Ohio's 12th congressional district, which should be safely Republican, too close to call.
The police officer who shot and killed a New Jersey man near Dorney Park
has been charged with voluntary manslaughter.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeting that he is considering taking the company private.
The stock soaring 11%.
The Trump administration is preparing to take its hardline approach to immigration with a program that would make it more difficult for legal immigrants in this country to become citizens or simply to get green cards.
The secret bidder has been revealed and the new owner of the iconic Brady Bunch house in Los Angeles.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? HGTV.
Okay. All right. That's enough out of you, HGTV. Tell you what, I would love to own that house.
Yeah, you know who else thought they owned that house?
What was it? The guy from one of the NSYNC dudes?
Lance Bass.
Right. I heard about that.
He put in like the winning bid and
he
was
thought
like,
he won.
Yeah,
he's like,
I'm tweeting it. I'm so excited. I won this house. I'm totally going to own this house, you guys. And then HGTV is like, hey, we have billions of dollars. We're buying this.
Yeah.
Because we're a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And made everybody sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Good morning.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Thanks for joining us on Facebook, YouTube Live, Star 88 FM. Again, I tried the app. It's still down, dude. It's still down, bro.
Okay.
It's not working. Our app is having a tough day. So, you're going to have to just join us on Facebook or YouTube Live or 88.3 FM. We're talking about censorship. A lot of you chiming in with your thoughts, making some pretty great points. We started with Alex Jones getting booted off of Apple and Facebook and YouTube and Spotify. And now Greg Laurie, Pastor Greg Laurie, he does Harvest America. He's one of the dopest dudes in the world. Seriously, just an amazing, amazing man. He had a billboard up in Orange County where it was a photo of him holding a Bible and some dates of Harvest America. And the billboard company, they took it down. They took it down. They even tried to, make it to where Greg's picture wasn't even on the billboard.
Yeah.
There was no
Scrubbed
picture of a Bible.
It literally just said Harvest, the dates, the times, some of the artists that were going to be there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, and we were talking about this off the air, and I feel like we should talk about it because sometimes as Christians, we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, I remember the Starmy chimed in, Mary, who said, hey, but how much of this comes back to like the cake bakery that refused for the gay couple, and that set a precedent, and could that be it? And it's like, well, how much of that meant? And then immediately it's like, well, that's a private company. This is a public forum.
Right.
Facebook and YouTube and these places are public. Therefore, they're publicly traded. Therefore, they're considered a public. So we could go back and forth on that as well. But it's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
See, but here's the thing. Listen, somebody just chimed in and said, ugh, please don't compare Alex Jones to the Greg Laurie billboard.
Oh, my gosh.
Alex Jones deserves what's happening to him. He's not a Christian and promotes hate and division for his own monetary gain.
See, you're not.
But that's the point we're trying to make.
Yeah, seriously. That's exactly the point.
Like, this person deserves it. As somebody said earlier, the left cried foul when Colin Kaepernick couldn't get a job in the NFL, which is a private corporation and has every right to say, you know what, this guy's trouble. We're not going to hire this guy on any team. Hey, guys, let's make sure nobody hire this guy. So the left cried foul and screamed obscenities and was like angry. And the right lost their minds. The right lost their minds and was angry, and the left, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. One side was angry, one side was happy. And then the flip side happens where Alex Jones now is removed from YouTube and everywhere else. And the left is throwing a party and super stoked. And the right is crying foul and saying it's censorship. But it happens on both sides.
Right.
No one in here, let me say this to the Starmy. Let me just freaking reiterate this for the 7th time. So frustrated. No one is saying what Alex Jones is saying is correct.
Right.
I don't like him. You want me to give my personal opinion? I hate what he does.
Okay.
I hate it. I hated his Sandy Hook tragedy, saying it was a hoax and there were actors. I thought it was disgusting because as a father of a 5-year-old, I couldn't fathom what it would be like to lose a child in a tragic way and then somebody saying it was a hoax.
Right.
We don't know. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's crazy. I hear what you're saying, but hear what we are saying. Getting Alex Jones scrubbed from social media and from the internet sets a dangerous precedent because where is the line for quote-unquote hate speech? We are now seeing it in California with Greg Laurie, who was holding up a black book that didn't even have a cross or the word Bible on it or anything, but it was deemed offensive and was scrubbed from these malls in Orange County, California.
Right.
So that is the connection. You can say Alex Jones deserves it. You can say Greg Laurie doesn't deserve it because he's a Christian and a man of God, and 10,000 people give their life to Christ every year at the harvesting. That's not what we're saying. We're saying if one people group can get something banned, now another people group is getting the Bible banned from an image. And it sets a dangerous precedent.
And the last thing you want is for the government to come in and put restrictions, right? That's the last thing we want. So that's where it's tricky.
Yeah.
That's where it's tricky. There's millions and millions of followers of Alex Jones. I mean, he's got one of the #1 rated shows and podcasts out there. So there's a group of people, of millions of people that believe and enjoy what he does. Just like on the flip side with Greg Laurie, there's millions of supporters. So, yeah.
Somebody chimed in and said, I was writing a big, long ranting text about how this is a violation of freedom of speech and another example of the left trying to keep the right down. And then that person texted in about the NFL. And I remember my stance in that situation about businesses' rights and not hiring Colin Kaepernick. Really eye-opening. And needs to be fair and balanced.
Yeah, exactly, right? Thank you so much for chiming in. If you guys want to call, 505-338-3700. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I just wanted to say that even though that the companies are private, they're being used as a media platform. And so when Alex Jones was always saying that the media wants to censor him and silence him, in a way, they just, kind of proved this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, how much of a conspiracy theory is he, or theorist is he? I mean, is he so far out there that, he could actually be a little bit right and just, some of the issues are wrong?
Here's my thing with Alex Jones. I think that there's some things that, there has been a lot of things that he's been right about, and it's been confirmed and it's fact, but there's a lot of things that it's definitely a conspiracy theory, and it's way out there. I mean, alien stuff, man.
Right.
It's not even in the same reality as being real. But you're right. There has been, and I think that's why he has such a big following, because not everything that he says is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then I like to listen to him, and I know that a lot of the stuff that he used to talk about was them trying to ban the Bible and other things of that nature. So then you have on the flip side with Greg Laurie, but that type of stuff has been going on for at least a good 8-7 years now. and people really haven't been noticing it until it takes something, I guess, big to kind of pop the eyes open.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say.
Thanks,
you guys
man.
have a wonderful day.
You too. You guys can chime in. Phone line's open, 505-338-3700. You can also comment on YouTube and Facebook Live at Star 88 FM.
Oh, man.
You want to talk about this guy? Because it kind of goes, it goes with what we're saying a little bit.
As far as, I don't even know if I want to be honest.
It's a private pool, right? It's like there's a business that owns this pool, right? And there was a man wearing a Speedo and was asked to leave, right?
So here's what happened. Yeah, here's what happened. As we're talking about freedom of speech and it mentioned Mary earlier kickstarted it with like, well, what about the bakery? The gay couple couldn't get their cake done there, and they called discrimination. And then you mentioned off air, Joe Rogan has a podcast and was talking about the fact that couple who the bakery, they didn't discriminate. They did not want to work with them because the gay couple was rude. They were antagonistic. They were looking for cause.
They'd been doing it to other bakeries.
They were seriously doing it on purpose for this very reason.
Yeah, the bakery they had nothing against homosexuality.
There was no well intention. It was like no, there was ill intent. They were trying to kickstart a firestorm.
Right.
And then this comes across the wire as we're talking about this. A hotel in Las Vegas is currently quote unquote under fire because Chris Donahoe was removed from a swimming pool at the Wynn Las Vegas. They say because of his inappropriate swimsuit. He says it's because he's gay. He was wearing a, for lack of better term, banana hammock.
Yeah, it's a Speedo.
It's
for sure.
a tiny Speedo.
It's a bikini for men.
That I'm like, oh. And security came up and was like, bro, put some clothes on. That's inappropriate. And he was like, you're discriminating against me because I'm gay. And it's like, no, it's because there are children at this pool and you're wearing a thong, man. Put some clothes on. Well, the sign at the pool doesn't say anything about not being able to wear a Speedo. It just says that pool attire is required to enter. No baggy clothes, jeans, or basketball shorts. End quote. The only listed proper swim attire are swimming suits, which he says, I was wearing a swimming suit. But it's like, dude, you're wearing a fig leaf.
Yeah, I wonder if they're kicking out women wearing bikinis, though. Because
So that's what. And so now, of course, it's like, this is about to go crazy.
Right.
Because he says, it's because I'm gay. And the pool's like, no, dude, it's because you needed to put some clothes on. But the sign only says you have to be wearing a swimsuit, and that's technically a swimsuit. So it's like, man, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for chiming in. Good morning.
What's up, fellas? It's Jarrell.
Hey, what's up, Jarrell?
How you guys doing today?
Good, man.
Steve's a little fired up about the
He's
whole
so fired up. He's
Alex Jones thing.
He sounds like Alex
I think
Jones.
it's because people are misunderstanding the conversation. It's like, why are you guys saying that Greg Laurie and Alex Jones are the same? And I'm like, oh my gosh, but are you hearing yourself? Alex Jones deserves to be kicked off in public forums. And it's like, okay, that's what we're talking about.
Steve, I agree with you 100%, man. I am a First Amendment absolutist. Completely, but he would spill out some disgusting stuff, but that doesn't mean take him off these platforms. And then I think it's all about the standard. What standard are we setting? Is this okay and this is not okay? What is that line? Because Greg Laurie is not okay, Alex Jones is not okay, but Louis Farrakhan is okay on Twitter, and he spouts out anti-Semite racist stuff.
Right.
What is the standard? Like, that is the problem we're having in our society, in our culture right now. Who is determining what is hate speech? And that is very dangerous. Because what's next? Are we going to get knocks on our pastors' doors being like, you preached out of your Bible today, so therefore, that's hate speech.
Right.
So what is the standard? That's really what we need to define as a culture, and we need to stand up for even people like Alex Jones. We got to stand up for him because if we don't stand up for them, which is disgusting to want to stand up next to somebody like that.
Yes.
But when they take him out, who's going to stand up for you when they come after you? You know, that's the problem we need to solve.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Man,
Good stuff,
Jarrell,
Jarrell.
thank you for calling.
Thanks, dude.
If you're just joining us, conversation started because Alex Jones, who is this alt-right dude that spews some crazy rhetoric, was this week removed from Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple for hate speech. The left celebrated, the right lost their mind. Let's remove politics from the equation. This week, Greg Laurie was removed from malls in Southern California because he had a billboard that was promoting the Harvest Crusade. SoCal Harvest, Greg Laurie, August 17th through the 19th at Angel Stadium. The image was Greg Laurie holding a microphone in one hand and a black book in the other hand. The reason I say black book is because there was nothing on it that said Bible. There's no cross on it. There's no word Holy Bible on it. It's literally holding a black book up. We know he is a pastor. He's an evangelist. So obviously, clearly, that's a Bible. But it wasn't explicit in the photo. However, the ad agency came back and said, yo, you're going to have to take this down because we've gotten some feedback, if you will, from patrons of the malls, and they found it vulgar or offensive, and that is in line with our agreement with you. Management reserves the right to not display any material that could be construed as vulgar or offensive. Well, you holding up the Bible is offensive, so we're scrubbing this from the billboard. So Harvest said, all right, cool, we'll change it to a more simplified ad that just simply has Harvest and the dates, the musical acts. And the company came back and said, nah, we're just going to give you your money back. Yeah. And they completely refunded Harvest, did not allow them to advertise there. What's interesting is Harvest obviously wasn't happy with the removal of the billboards. They've never blamed the company. Let me make that very clear. Harvest has not said a single negative word about the company. We're certainly not upset with the Irvine company. Obviously, they're catching heat for allowing us to run the ads. We feel it's just unfortunate that people were complaining. It's sad that our culture is at this degree of intolerance. There's such intolerance against Christianity that we aren't allowed to state that or to publicly advertise our event. It's amazing. End quote. So Harvest isn't saying like, oh my gosh, discrimination, you guys. They're just going with another billboard company in other places in Southern California.
Isn't it? Why are we surprised when the gospel is offensive?
Well,
like
I mean,
Jesus,
it's biblical. He said it was
Jesus.
Yeah, right? The gospel's an offense.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why are we surprised?
So that's not even like the question. It's like, yeah, this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. We've been told. Christ himself told us this. We've been hanging on those words for a couple thousand years now. But what's crazy is, I think it should be eye-opening that we're defending one, whether it's like Alex Jones or throwing shade at another one, Colin Kaepernick, or whatever the situation is, or this homosexual dude at this Las Vegas hotel that was booted for his little banana hammock, right. But he says it's because he was gay. Like, that's going to become another topic because here we go. So the question becomes, what do we stand for? Right. Like, we are standing for the gospel. That's it. Period. The end. Like, dude, Christ, like, we are preaching Jesus, you know? Like, yeah. That's it. That's what's important. But the hard time is when we decide to stand up for something outside of that, whether it's a political rant or whatever it is, like, we do kind of come off as hypocritical. And I don't mean we as the church. I just mean we as human beings.
Well, we saw it with prayer in schools. We shot ourselves in the foot because we wanted, Christians should be allowed to pray in school, which absolutely should be allowed in schools. I'm not saying it shouldn't. But when a Muslim wants to pray, when another religion wants to bring their way of prayer into a school, we don't want it. We don't. That's not acceptable. That's not okay. Yeah. And then the government steps in and says, you know what? We're just taking prayer out of it altogether.
Well, and we talked about this a couple years ago in Tennessee. There was an entire school district that, Tennessee, Bible Belt, A lot of Christians were upset because in a history class, they were using the Quran, and there were tenets of the faith, and this material got home, and the parents lost their minds and said, "You're not teaching this to my kids." They went back. They yelled and blah, blah, blah. And so then a new rule came in where it was like, hey, you cannot have any religious material on school grounds in this entire Tennessee school district. And then next thing you know, Bible clubs are shut down and kids aren't allowed to have their Bible in the school. And it's like, hey, it's because of this ruling, because Christians cried foul over the Quran being there. Now, I'm not saying like, let's get the Quran in the school, but I'm saying we need to look at what we're fighting for or against, because in turn, like you said, we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
So
read a few text messages before we go to break.
Somebody said, I think we have to draw the line if something is overly inciting violence, but otherwise, maybe we just have to let our capitalistic society figure it out. For example, if I don't support Alex Jones' views, I don't support Alex Jones. If I don't support a particular church's views, I just won't go there. Somebody said, but what would the stance be if it were a Jewish event or a Hindu event, billboard that was advertised? I'm sad that it has to be taken down. But we have to realize that if we get offended, so does the world when it's Christian. I think that's what we're trying to talk about here. Right. What is the line? Because, the problem is we don't want it both ways. The people who applauded the White House for not allowing CNN to come in for a Q&A session are mad because Alex Jones just got booted. We want it one way or the other. Let's make the whole situation very, very clear, one said. This kind of discussion has to happen outside of politics. This isn't the right or the left. It needs to come down to personal and business rights, period. Where do we find the balance between the two? It's exactly the same thing. It comes down to where we find middle ground between a business's rights and an individual's rights.
All right, we got to take a break, and we're going to be discussing this again, probably tomorrow, or we're going to try to get our friend on from Harvest.
Oh, John, I would love to talk to John.
Yeah, so we'll keep you guys updated on what's happening with that. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back. Hang out.
Whether at home or in the workplace, we're all leaders. Become a better leader in this leadership moment with Andy Stanley.
Experience makes me wiser. Experience makes me wiser. In other words, we think, well, since, in light of what I've just gone through, I'm wiser for it. So I just need to tell you, experience does not make you wiser. It makes you older. It makes you tired. It makes you poorer. It makes you madder. It makes you lonelier. But experience alone does not make you wiser. Now, the reason this is such a big deal is people say, oh, I don't need to read that. I don't need to learn. I'm ready to go. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do next. I won't ever repeat that because I've had this bad experience. You just need to know. Experience alone does not make you wiser. And experience one time doesn't mean you're any more prepared for the next time than you were the first time. So experience doesn't make you wiser. Here's the key. Evaluated experience is what makes you wiser.
That was Andy Stanley on a Star 88 Leadership Moment. Hear more at andystanley.com. A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Laurie.
Here's what God really cares about. He doesn't care so much about the length of your prayer. He doesn't care about the eloquence of your prayer. He cares about the heart of your prayer. And Jesus says that your Father knows what things you need of before you ask them. Now, you might say, well, if that's the case, why pray? Here's the answer. Prayer is not informing God. Prayer is inviting God. Let me say that again. Prayer is not informing God. When I call out to the Lord in prayer and offer my petition, I'm not informing God of something He does not already know. But it is inviting God into my situation, into my challenges, into my problems. This must be thought of as a relationship between a father and a child. The value of prayer is it keeps me in touch with God.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM. Music with more than a beat, vertical worship, Christian hits, and fresh indie on Star 88, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe.
knows your mistakes, but he sees you in a different way. There's never been a day that you've gone too far, when everything around you could fall apart. No, you don't have to be stronger than you are. He wants your heart. You can come just as you are. You can come. I know it's hard not to fake it, but perfection is a myth in the distance. It's not about the things you do. You're already the perfect you. There's never been a day that you've gone too far, when everything around you could fall apart. No, you don't have to be stronger than you are. He wants your heart. You can come just as you are. You can come just as you You can come. You can see the road ahead, and nothing else makes perfect sense. It doesn't matter what you did. You can come just as you are. There's never been a day that you've gone too far. Yeah. No, you don't have to be stronger than you are. He wants your heart. You can come just as you are. There's never been a day that you've gone too far, when everything around you could fall apart. No, you don't have to be stronger than you are. He wants your heart. You can come just as you are. You can come just as you You can come just as
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Heartbeat on a thundering pace, winds at my back, sun on my face. Can't shake it though, a feeling in me. Nail in the road, a swell in the sea. Like rebellion living in your lungs, like a bullet that has left the gun. Sure as night will follow the setting sun. Things are real then, but who pretend? On the thin red line,
ever get so excited that you just can't wait?
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Real Life Church hosting the big event, August 12th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. They're giving haircuts, pre-packaged / non-perishable food, school supplies, hygiene products, clothes for free while they last. Their goal is to spread the gospel to our community by providing families in need with school supplies. Kids are headed back to school, man. Some of them already started. Star88.fm. Maybe you are a family in need. Check out Real Life Church, August 12th. Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dream Style Remodeling, Star 88 Studios. Hanging out on Facebook and YouTube Live. And, man, maybe we should take down the app more. We got everybody that usually streams us through the app is hanging out with us on YouTube and Facebook Live. So.
Yeah, thanks, everybody, joining us. Maybe for the first time, if you're joining us on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel. That way it'll tell you when we're broadcasting every single time, and it's cool for us too because we need subscribers. So
yeah, dude.
Thanks to everybody who's joining us today on YouTube or Facebook. We apologize that our app is currently down. The website's down. Shout out to the company that is our server people. They have emailed. They're working on it. We apologize. So it will be back up. But
so yesterday, I got to take my daughter to get registered at school.
Man.
She's going to be an Eagle. El Dorado. What school? You went to La Cueva, right?
Yeah.
If all 4 years?
No, because I went to NIMI
for
my freshman and sophomore year. Yeah.
Yeah, she got enrolled yesterday, and so we were picking up her books and getting her all signed up and everything. And I was looking through her class schedule and everything, and I was thinking, now, you know, I'm 39 years old, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I wish I would have paid more attention in history class, because it's science. She goes, oh, man, science? And now, as a 39-year-old man, I love science. I like to learn about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all about it. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to, looking up, articles about science and wanting to learn what's going on with technology and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm sitting there thinking, man, what do I wish I would have paid more attention? What class should I have really just paid attention to when I was in high school? What was it for you? What was the class that when you look back, you wish you paid more attention?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you. I'm asking everybody.
Art history.
Art history.
I just made that up. I'm like, what do I care more about now? Maybe history.
Yeah, right?
I enjoy history. Anytime we have Phoenix on Thursday mornings, that's like my history class, 7 o'clock hour, and I'm like dumbfounded by his knowledge of history because as we've been talking pretty much most of the morning, whether it's the Alex Jones situation or Pastor Greg Laurie out in Southern California, like if we don't know our history, we're going to be doomed to repeat it, right? And so when I see what's happening in our culture right now, and people can look back and go, hey, but remember in the 80s when this happened, or remember in the 60s when this happened? It's like, yeah, man. So that's something I think.
Yeah, I agree. Why is it when we're young, it's just
boring?
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is stupid.
Because it doesn't.
But I have to learn about this.
You know why? We're very self-absorbed.
Right, yes.
Seriously, we're very self-centered. We're very focused on us. And it's like, what does that have to do with me? Like, seriously. Like, think about math. How many people cared about math? Because it's like, you're going to take this into the world, into your life. And for most not.
Yeah.
I do not care about math at all.
Unless you're an engineer.
Has nothing to do with me.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is one thing that I didn't realize, I mean, it's really all about problem solving, right? Like, that's what school's all about. It's like problem solving.
Is that what school's all about?
That's what the teachers tell me, because I have the same questions. It's like, why is it that we're teaching a lot of things that doesn't have anything to do with real life? Why are we teaching our kids all of this stuff that has nothing to do with when we get out in the real world? I mean, sure, there's a percentage of people that are used a lot of the things that we were taught in school. I get it. But they come back with, It's about problem solving.
Like
It's about
debate class.
using your brain.
Wish somebody would have told me about debate class when I was younger. I would have been all over that.
We didn't have debate class.
Oh, it would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which class do you wish you paid more attention to in high school? I have a survey coming up.
Okay.
Want to find out from you guys? Go ahead.
Okay, the problem I have with history is that all they teach is dates. Dates, dates, dates. Names, names, names. Not the why did it happen or what do we need to learn from it. They just pound dates into your
That's
head.
a good call, sir. That's a very good call.
That's, I think, why a lot of people hate it, because all you got to do is memorize a bunch of stuff, and you're never going to apply that anywhere.
Thursdays, 7 a.m., Brian Nixon.
Okay, other than 3 degrees, you're never going to apply that anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Dates, man. Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
Truth.
Why did we have a civil war? No, but here's the date. This is when it happened.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Was Christopher Columbus the first person to set foot in America? No, here's the date. This is exactly when it happened. These are the names of the ships. Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
make
thanks,
any sense.
bye.
All right, see you later, man.
Curmudgeon, everyone.
505-338-3700. Yeah, as an adult, when you really kind of look back when you were in school, I definitely have some regret of not paying more attention in certain classes and enjoying it more. Instead, you're right, I was more self-absorbed with the issues going on, girls, sports. Yeah, I didn't care about getting an education, I just cared about who I was going to date.
You were focused on biology.
That was a biology.
Am I right?
That's right.
No.
Okay. New survey asked people to name the number one subject they wish they'd paid more attention to. What do you think took the number one spot?
Well, since pretty much everyone who's called in or chimed in on Facebook or anywhere says history, I'm going to go with history.
Can you say history, Alex, for 2?
I'll take history, Alex, for 2. Actually, that's not how it happens. You've already said that.
Darn it, I don't
so
watch
then
Jeopardy.
The answer is, what is history? Oh, okay. I'll sit down now. Boom.
Yes, go ahead.
What is science? Dang. Boom.
Steve, go ahead. Yes.
What is physical education?
Wow, you're not very good at
I
this.
wish I'd pay more attention to PE.
Gosh. Boom. Steve, yes.
What is theater, Alex?
Wish there was more than one contestant on this stupid show. Can we get a third, please?
Boom.
Yes, Steve, yes.
What is English?
Wow, you're just so close. I mean, you've pretty much mentioned most of them. Except,
Okay.
Go
Oh, home ec!
No, that's not right. No.
Boom.
Yes, Steve. Yes, you got an answer?
What is Spanish class?
No,
I live in
it's
New
not
Mexico.
Spanish class.
Dang it!
No, it's not. You are, I think you might have mentioned all of them. I don't know, maybe.
Boom.
Steve, yes, go ahead.
What is language arts, please? Dang it.
No, it's not language arts.
Literally no one has gotten it.
No.
No one has said this. Why has no one said this?
New survey.
Oh, boom.
Yes, Steve.
Yes. What is recess?
No. Recess. No.
Guys, you're failing me. Everybody, all of the Starmie is failing me.
The number one subject they wish they paid more attention to. Caller? Yeah.
Yeah.
Caller hung up. Sorry.
Rodney says math. What is math, Alex?
Correct, boy wonder.
Good job.
Thank you.
Math,
Thank you.
guys. Math. Math. Are you kidding me? Math is the worst.
Yeah, I wish you had paid more attention to it for what?
Yeah, right. Seriously.
I had $17 in my bank account. I got lunch. I have $4 in my bank account.
Yeah.
I pay attention to math every day, and I hate it.
31% of people wish they'd pay more attention to math. 23% of men and 15% of women said it was the most useful class they took.
Math?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been good with like numbers and money and stuff because of that. But I didn't really quote you had to pay attention? Maybe it's because that was like a good subject for me, so I never paid attention.
Yeah.
I wish I had paid more attention in like English and
Yeah, right. Me too.
Yeah.
Grammar, English.
Yeah.
Foreign language was number 2, which, if you think about it, if you don't know a second language, I mean, I would love to be able to speak Spanish.
See.
I think Spanish would be the language I would want to learn first, followed by Hungarian.
Okay.
That's where I'm from, guys. I think it'd be kind of cool. Chinese, maybe.
Yeah, see, I would have been the kid if I had options that would have picked the weird. I would have picked Japanese.
Yeah.
I had a friend, Pete, who got to pick, and he learned Japanese in high school. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't get to pick. It was just Spanish across the board.
Right.
Why?
Yeah, seriously, why not Chinese? They're going to take over one of these days, and we're not going to know how to speak Chinese. Alex Jones, look it up.
I'm going to punch you.
Just kidding, guys.
So hard.
Just kidding. Just bringing it back. Yep. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, foreign language was 2nd. Science was 3rd. History was 4th. English 5th. Social studies 6th. Music was 7. PE was 8. Older people were more likely to say history, and young people were more likely to say music or gym class.
Huh. That's so weird.
I wish
to
I would
me.
have paid more attention in gym class. What? Paid more attention in gym class?
Yeah, man. I just really want to know how to use my arms to run faster.
I used too many doctor's notes. You know, I skipped out on a lot of the PE classes.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's just because communal shower. It was weird.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm not saying all PE coaches are weird and crazy because Sam Swan's wife is amazing. I'm not because she's a physical ed teacher.
Yes, absolutely.
But why is it that a lot of PE teachers are a lot alike, you know, in a weird kind of way?
Because they are the coach of the sports teams, and they need a job.
They need a job.
On
That's what it
campus.
is?
They have to work 40 hours a week.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
Somebody said, I've seen the internet. Nobody is constantly making incorrect mathematical comments. Touche. Touche.
Yep. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, it's Dr. High School. I'm, again, still in the classes, but the ones I've found most applicable would definitely be I'm taking sign language as my second language, and I'm taking, like, history and psychology have been pretty useful.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. High School.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Just the ones I thought.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
History.
Oh, history.
All right.
History is probably because it was just the being able to see the correlation of when this is occurring, what happens next.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So what's going to happen next in our history because of what happened with history?
Well, I mean, it depends on where you're going with it. Things, usually small nations get mad and decide to make their own nations.
What about the stock market, caller? What do you think about the stock market?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. High School. Thank you.
Goodbye.
High school is such a serious thing. These problems matter.
Thank you, Dr. High School. Thank you.
Dr. High School.
Dr. High School. Darla chimed in and said, I cry foul on math. I paid attention. I got A's, but I still cannot help my kids with their math homework because how does math work? It's completely changed.
Amen.
Amen.
Common Core math is not the math I learned, and if it wasn't for YouTube math tutorials, I would be completely lost, and I am a smart.
Too many steps now. Too many steps.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't understand why math had to change. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I've never had to help my kids with that. Never.
Man. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Okay. Communication skills was my favorite. I feel like more people should have taken that class.
Communication skills?
Yes.
That was a class, an actual class?
Yeah, communication. Yeah. See, that's what
Is
I'm
that
saying.
a
Debate
is that
class.
a speech class?
I wish
Is that just speech
everybody
class?
should learn how to take a debate class.
Yeah.
Because we're just yelling and ranting and screaming at each other. Nobody's like having a conversation.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, you're right. You're right. See, when I look at these different classes that made the top 8, okay, out of the top 8 that they listed in the survey,
yeah,
which ones do you feel is like
most
important?
used?
Yeah, like what we would need in life.
English.
English, okay, English.
Yeah, number one. Hello. We should probably know how to communicate well. Language, bruh. Right? That's like our job. Well, in math, because we have to take a break at 8:30, and you need to know what the clock says, you know?
That's a
when
good
that
call.
2-9 hits a 3-0, it's like, whoo, toast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe math, it helps. Also, it would have helped better when we were in debate over our salaries. See? A debate class and a math class.
Yeah.
We probably would be paid better.
Right. Good call. Yeah. Good call.
You know?
Yep.
So
what about, I get PE class, physical fitness class it's a great class because, you usually get to play games and you work out or whatever. But how about more on being healthy, and educating kids? And maybe they're doing that now. I don't know. But when I was in school, they rarely taught us about our body and the foods that we're putting into our bodies are unhealthy and how, I didn't learn any of that stuff until later in life.
You know what's interesting? Multiple people have chimed in, speaking of things we should learn. Somebody said, no, seriously, you guys need to try second grade math. Like grab a whiteboard and try and teach Steve-O Common Core math, simple multiplication. Yeah. I don't know that I could because my boys go to Ames, the Albuquerque Institute of Math and Science, and they still do it right.
Really?
Yeah, math is still math.
Yeah, my kids did the Common Core.
Yeah, thanks, APS.
It was, yeah.
Maybe it's because they just assume you're not going to need to know like super math stuff if you graduate from there because the usual statement that you really need to know is, would you like fries with that?
Okay. All right. That was Steve Jeter.
That's why they're like, we're going to make it easy. Dollar value menu.
Okay. Yep.
Each one of these items is $1.
Right.
If you get two of those things,
why are you talking
have
like that?
$2.
Okay.
I graduated from APS. Well, I'm going to go. It's been
you
cool.
probably
All
just
right, I'll
put
see
your
you guys
headphones
later.
down. Yep.
Oh, man. Sadly, you guys will probably find me in evenings at the old Golden Arches.
Yeah, I was
going to
say.
The bills because I just lost my job.
Start practicing that line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. It's a broken.
505-338-3700.
Yeah.
All right, if you could pick a class, like as an adult right now, and you could pick one class to teach your kids right now, what would it be?
Oh, man.
What would it be? That the education system does not teach our kids, that you feel is important. Which class would you want to put back into schools?
Is this like a made-up class? Or
It could be anything you want.
Because I'll tell you what, and I'm not even being
you feel is
funny.
important.
Shout out to Mr. Brixley. When I went to La Cueva High School, there was a biblical history class. I took Bible history.
That was allowed back then. It was
APS
so long ago.
public school. Yeah, it was so long ago, guys. They allowed it in schools.
It's crazy.
And it was interesting because it was from the perspective, not necessarily from a Christian, although he was. It was the perspective of, hey, this religion historically, let's go through. And it was from the beginning, through Moses, through Abraham, through like, dude, it was fascinating.
Sure.
I wish I'd paid attention more. Because now, of course, going through it, like studying it and living it, and yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What say you, Starmy? What do you think? If you could just, right now, as an adult, and you think about, okay, what does the education system not have?
4 people immediately chimed in with home ec or survival skills.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Survival skills.
Yeah. Somebody said, why isn't there a mandatory life skills class? Like a resume, job interview skills, teaching us about student loans,
Right.
how to buy a house, life skills.
And I can kind of remember just like barely going over that whole thing with the mortgage and like, you know.
Yeah, somebody said adult prep class. In this class, you'll learn things like money management, discount shopping, taxes, looking for places to rent, resources, dollar menus.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like, think about if you taught kids how to survive, like basic survival skills, you know?
Sure.
How to start a fire, just how to survive if you get lost and what you need to do, how to find food, educate them on, like, the types of plants that building different traps.
Did they end home ec because #time's up? Because it was like a sexist class. I remember in 7th grade, I took home ec.
Yeah, I
because
did
I was
too.
like, this sounds awesome. I'm going to cook
food,
and I'm going to like learn how to sew.
Right?
I made a monkey holding a banana. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was my stuffed animal that I made.
I
in
made
home ec.
a giant panda bear.
Did you?
In sewing class.
Dude, shout out to home ec.
And his
but it
eyes,
was like me,
yeah,
2 other dudes, and like 17 chicks.
Mm.
Do the math on that, guys. Why wouldn't you go to home ec?
Yeah, good call. Good call.
I guess they don't have that because Rosalind says, home ec, we did everything from cooking, caring for babies, balancing a checkbook. Maybe they just don't offer it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I like the survival
They do
class.
have high school classes that offer like finances classes. Teach
See?
you how to balance a checkbook, stuff like that.
That's important.
Financial literacy class.
Yeah.
It should be required. And the book is just like a Dave Ramsey book. Here
Yeah.
you go. Learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, the jock, chimed in to say that they used to beat up the dudes that took home ec. Well, you were a dumb. Think about that for 2 seconds, Paul. Gosh, just because you were the high school quarterback and everybody loved you.
Oh, man.
Some of us had to work for our dates, bro, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Home ec. Yeah, I can sew. I'm very sensitive. I can also cook a dope meal. Would you like
Right?
to have dinner with me? Gosh.
Yeah, I like it. Adulting 101. I like that. Adulting 101.
Yeah, how to learn the ability to change the channel if you don't like what's being said instead of boycotting and trying to get somebody like kicked off of social media forever.
See, that's
maybe being an adult.
That's another great thing.
Problem-solving skills.
They need to teach kids right now is social, the whole social network thing and how that runs.
How to handle it.
How to handle it.
How to like seriously just keep scrolling.
Right. Yeah.
How to not have to just argue with everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm saying this, but teenager, bro. Teenager.
Get rid of social studies, man.
Let's be real.
Social network. That's going to be the new class in schools, man. All right, we got to take a break.
Okay.
You guys want to hang out with us? We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook Live at Star 88 FM. We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition, small classes, a great sports program, and a secure strives to equip students for the work God has for them. Our high school utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our academy campus taught by our staff. Evangel uses a leadership-driven and individualized learning model to help prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. To further speak to individual students with various circumstances, we have a Christian-focused online homebound program for up to 20 students, grade 6 through 12. For more information about our programs, grade K through 12, please call 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Chad Beach says the church is all about good news.
Jesus walks up into a church on a Sunday. He grabs the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. He just so happens to find a prophecy written about himself. Jesus grabs the prophet of the scroll Isaiah. He says, the Spirit of God is upon me. Can I tell you, church, you don't have to try and get anointed. You are anointed. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells within you. He says, the Spirit of God is on me because he's anointed me to preach good news. Good news, historically, in this context, was a war term. Good news was used in war because what would happen was when the commander of the chief, when the army's commander would feel like the war had been won and sealed up, when victory had been sealed, he would send back a messenger back into the village. He was meant to declare good news. Good news meant that the battle had been won, victory had been shored up. Jesus walks into the church and he says, church, you need to know good news is on the scene. The battle has been won, victory has been sealed up. I have come to bring everlasting life.
Chad Beach, a Star 88 PowerPoint. Here's a quote from Martin Luther. God writes the gospel not in the Bible alone, but also on trees and in the flowers and clouds and stars. A Star 88 Solar Flare.
I've been wrestling with my thoughts, I've been searching for daylight, trying to make sense of the mess, trying to feel like I'm alright. All these questions without answers, feeling restless and abandoned. Will you hear my call? Will you be there when I fall? You say all of this time and I've never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry you here and now. So don't lose heart and don't forget my work in you ain't finished yet. Hold on to me now, I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you down. Oh, I've seen you showing up in the darkest of places, in the moments of my doubt, in the tears that I've tasted. Would you take me this far, just to leave me? That's not who you are. I know you hear my call, you're always there when I fall. You say all of this time and I've never let you down. I'll never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry you here and now. I'll carry you here and now. So don't lose heart and don't forget my work in you ain't finished yet. Hold on to me now, I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you down. I'll never let you down. I won't let you
Caught in chaos, I'm knee deep, wrestling with all of my disbelief. In this moment, I hear you speak, break through the noise and consume me. I change with the seasons, I lose sight of faith. When my hope is gone, I know that you stay the same. Your gentle whisper, a familiar sound. I know you won't let me down.
This time and I've never let you down. I'll never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry you here and now. I'll carry you here and now. So don't lose heart and don't forget my work in you ain't finished yet. Hold on to me now, I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I'll never let you down. I'll never let you I'll never let you down.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Somebody said that you know and you know. That's all I got, so I go with the flow. And nobody died playing safe from the crowd. fly if we don't look down. If we don't look down. Somebody said that you are who you are, but who's to blame when you've gone too far? And it's hard to sing without making a sound, but we only fly when we don't look down. If up's all we got, then we go to the ground. To catch you whenever you're looking down.
We'll be right back.
Oh.
We'll bring you something pretty.
Okay. Hey, what's going on in the news today?
California fire officials say 2 wildfires have combined to form the state's largest ever fire.
Rick Gates back on the stand.
The West Hollywood City Council's approved a resolution to have President Trump's star removed from the Walk of Fame.
8th graders will be able to get in free to nationwide screening of the movie 8th Grade.
One more week of 8th grade, right?
Yeah. At least one theater is participating in every state.
SpaceX put a communications satellite into orbit for Indonesia.
The European Union counter the effects of renewed U.S. sanctions on companies doing business in Iran.
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has tested several brands of vehicles with driver assist systems and warns many of them could steer into a crash if the driver isn't paying attention.
A strong, shallow earthquake struck off eastern coast of Japan.
For the 3rd straight month, there are more job openings across the country than there are unemployed workers.
A hurricane and a tropical storm are blowing over the Pacific Ocean off western Mexico.
Tennis star Serena Williams says she's been struggling with postpartum emotions.
Tesla stocks soaring.
Lady Gaga's in Las Vegas.
Clergy gathering outside a Chicago hospital calling for an end to violence.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Dex and Steve-O. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. How's your Wednesday, everybody? Thanks for chiming in on YouTube, Facebook Live at Star 88 FM. You guys can watch the show. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and do it and share it with your friends. Click that share button. And we appreciate and love you guys that share it on Facebook. Loretta, shout out to you. She always sharing it. There's a bunch of you guys that are always sharing it every morning. Thank you so much. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700 if you'd like to chime in. Any text messages before we move on?
Just everybody talking about wishing they had enjoyed school more.
Right? Let's go back, guys. Let's go. Oh, wait, there's this thing called college. We totally could. Yeah, I always thought about going back to college when my kids were all adults. You know?
Yeah, you can continue your education.
Right.
That's cool.
I'll still be young. So young. I'm so young, you guys. I have so much life left to live.
I mean,
I can just go to college. You know, when I'm 40, I'll be 44, 45 when my kids are all out.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's so young.
Yeah.
What am I going to get? What degree am I going to get? Am I going to get a business degree? Should I go into marketing, communications?
Okay.
I feel like I already have that.
Yeah, like do you just walk into the class and go, I've had a successful morning show for 15 years. Where's my diploma?
20 years, actually. So
I said successful.
Oh, that's true. You know what? Yes, that is. It's a good call. Not all those years were successful, including the past 2.5. Whoa!
Oh! It's okay.
Shots fired.
Wow. Wow. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcoming in everybody watching. Speaking of like a radio show, we have over 100 people right now currently watching. Hi.
Yeah, man.
Welcome. That's cool. We enjoy the interaction there. So whether it's YouTube or Facebook, at Star88 FM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from time to time, we
just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Oh my gosh.
Open the letter real quick. I got to open the letter.
I don't understand why you do this. It sounds like you're just tearing things up.
Actual letter.
We got an email. It doesn't sound anything like that.
Yeah, it's a letter, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for hitting us up with your letters, your emails. You know, you need help. You need advice. And why not email two of the most attractive, beautiful, wise, educated, young men. So thank you.
What are you doing?
Hey guys, I want some advice. My best friend went out on a first date the other night.
Okay.
The guy stops for gas, cleans bugs off the windshield. Here's the thing. He only cleans his half of the windshield. When he gets back in the car, my friend mentions that, well, you didn't clean my side, the passenger side. He says, you're not driving. You don't need to see.
I'm sorry.
Is this a red flag, or is she reading too much into this? You guys can chime in, 505-585-LIVE. You can text in. You can also call us, 505-338-3700, and you can chime in on YouTube and Facebook. What do you think? Red flag? Okay, this is a first date. Okay, this is a first date.
First date.
Okay? And the guy stops at a gas station, gets some gas, and starts cleaning the bugs off the windshield, except he only does his side and doesn't do her side, the passenger side. He gets in the car, and she's like, hey, I think you forgot to clean my side. And his response was, you're not driving. You don't need to see.
That's just... That's just weird.
Does she need to see, though? I mean...
Oh, okay.
I mean...
Okay, don't take that side.
She's got the side window. She can look out that just fine, I'm sure. You know?
Somebody said overreacting.
Ooh. Is this girl overreacting?
No. Cruz says, red flag, he's a half-doer. Drop him immediately.
He's a half-doer. I like that.
Mark says red flag. Stacy says that's just weird.
What do you say, Steve? What do you think? Red flag?
I think he's lazy.
You think he's lazy?
No, seriously. Like, if you're pumping gas and you're washing the window and you're on your side, like, how hard is it really to, like, walk around the front of the car and just 15 seconds?
First off,
he's lazy, man.
I must be super lazy. I can't remember the last time I've actually cleaned my windshield.
I can't remember the last time you actually had a working windshield.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's a good call.
To be fair,
I can't remember the last time I had a windshield.
I don't want you to, you'd tear the super rad cleaner thing because of all of the scratches and all of the holes and
Yep.
Somebody said, how bad is the window for her to not be able to see outside her side?
Right? Come on. You can see just fine. And when you're by yourself, do you do both sides? Even if you're driving by yourself? Like, not a lot of people are in your car. You're like, you?
I always clean both sides, yes.
That's weird.
The only time I haven't, like, cleaned both sides is back in the day when I parked outside and it snowed and I'm like, oh, I'm late for work. And I'm trying to get, the ice off everything. I, like, there's, like, the spot where I can see. Okay, I can see. I got to go. And then, like, the defrost is on high.
Yep.
Which is not safe, by the way. You should definitely make sure the whole windshield is visible because you need to be able to see.
Mm-hmm. I usually just stick my head out the window.
Remember this morning how we were talking about, like, Pastor Greg Laurie and Alex Jones and, like, the whole discrimination thing? We already have more comments on this letter than we did all morning. I'm not even joking.
It's a hot topic. Dating
I'm just going to get through the top 20 real quick. Mark and Tempe, on a first date, red flag. On any occasion, red flag. Somebody else said, he's controlling, red flag. The windshield isn't for the passenger, it's for the driver.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not even choosing a side.
I think these red flag questions are silly when you really get down to it. The whole fact of the matter is, if you're dating somebody and something feels off to you for whatever reason, stop dating them. It's not like you're married. You can actually work on things when you're married, but if you're dating, bounce house, bro.
Yeah, but this is a perfect example. Okay, you're on a first date, and this is already an issue in your mind. The way that this girl, she doesn't think that's okay. She thinks it's bad manners. She thinks it's not okay that he didn't come over and clean my side.
Yeah, see, somebody said he would have done that anyways, whether she was there or not. Stop being a baby about it. No, not a red flag.
See, yeah. See, I see your point, but at the same time, you have to look at this as like, okay, how does this spread into the rest of his life?
See, because is she reading into it? Somebody else said, no, he made a point to say, you're not as important as me. Red flag.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
Somebody else said red flag because lack of common sense. What driver doesn't need to look to both sides of the vehicle?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Hey, so I just think it's kind of ridiculous how much we read into these things. First thing I thought of was the guy might have hit a bug or something of that sort, and it was just on his side of the window. So
he was cleaning it.
I don't necessarily know if the letter writer is from here, but if they are, I don't recall the last time I've had to squeegee down my windshield because I can't see anything.
Yeah.
If it's a bug, I usually just get the spot with the bug and then I'm done with it.
Okay.
But I think it's just kind of ridiculous how much we're reading into something. If you feel like something feels off, then that should be your sign. But I think you're reading in too much to the situation, and the guy might not be the one who has the controlling personality. You might be the one who has the controlling personality.
You might. See, did you hear that? So here's my next question for you. Are you worried you're not going to get a second date with her?
Oh.
Well, I'm not the person in the letter.
We didn't accuse you of that.
I didn't say that.
I mean,
thanks for calling, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.
All right, that's really funny.
Somebody else said, what is she, a dog? She needs window entertainment?
Wow.
Not a red flag.
Okay, here's another thing I want to mention, okay? If you're just joining us, we got a letter. This friend of the girl that went out on a date, she emailed us and said, hey, my friend went on a date. The guy stops for gas, cleans bugs off the windshield. Here's the problem. He only cleans his half the windshield. He gets back in the car, and the girl on the date mentions to him, hey, you didn't get my side of the window. You forgot to clean it. And he said, you're not driving. You don't need to see. Now, if I was that guy that only did my side and I jumped back in the car and the girl that I was on a date with said, hey, you forgot to do my side, I would say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I would get back out of the car, go around and clean her windshield.
But that's because you're always worried this might be the last time you're with a female ever.
Okay.
So
okay.
you would do anything.
All right.
Let's be real.
No, it's because
desperate times, desperate measures.
It's because I was being selfish at the time. If I forgot to clean the other side, I obviously wasn't thinking about the person in the passenger seat. If they bring it to my attention and they feel like they were, that I was bad manners, then I would correct it. I wouldn't say, dude, you don't need to see.
Our boy Aaron on YouTube, though, says maybe he didn't want to waste a bunch of time cleaning his windshield because he wanted to be on the date.
Okay. Yeah, but you don't need to see.
However, Darnell pointed out, who does this on a date? Take care of that before the date, bro. Got a preparedness. So red flag. But here's my red flag right now. I heard it the second time you read the letter. My best friend went out on a first date the other night. The guy stops for gas, cleans bugs off the windshield. Here's the thing. He only cleans half of the windshield. When he gets back in the car, my friend mentions, didn't clean the passenger side. He says, you're not driving. You don't need to see. Okay. Let's go back. My best friend went on a first date the other night. This isn't from the perspective of the chick in the passenger seat. This is the best friend. And you know what happens when you tell a story to a friend and then that friend is retelling the story? Embellishment. How do we know the guy was a jerk and said it like that? We're reading into the best friend perspective of the girl.
What if he was like, you're not driving, girl. You don't need to see.
Just look over here. You know what I'm saying? Why you want to look out the window when you're sitting next to me?
Don't look at me like that, bro. Jeez.
Hey, look at me.
Get your eyes off me right now. Can feel you checking me out right now. Stop it. Yeah. What if it? I mean, I would imagine that the best friend would probably had mentioned to the best friend, hey, he was totally being funny and kind of flirty with me.
Yeah, we don't know the tone behind the comment, says Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. YouTube's just going crazy right now. Stina says the OCD in me would just be bothered that I'm not matching on both sides. Keep it dirty or clean the whole thing. That's my first thought. Was like, I couldn't do that. Like the guy called in was like, I just cleaned the bug, and I'm like, but now you've got a clean spot.
See, I'm like that. I could be fine with just
clean the
my
whole
side.
thing, man.
I don't clean my windshield. I don't clean my windshield.
So maybe the problem, actually, the red flag is the girl is OCD, and it's going to be an interesting relationship. Dude needs to just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it now. Man. Somebody said if she really wanted to see, she could have pulled an Ace Ventura, just stuck her head out the window.
Exactly.
Somebody else said, nope, bad manners and disrespectful. She is just important as he is. I would be offended. Welcome to Offensive Culture 2018.
Red flag.
You didn't clean my side of the window. I'm so offended.
This is the last.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting you kicked off of YouTube.
I'm telling my best friend about this.
Somebody else said passenger lives matter. Red flag.
That's right.
Red flag, lazy, and selfish.
My best friend knows these guys who do radio, and I'm going to have them talk about this.
Somebody else said, first date equals clean car. This is unacceptable. Somebody else said, I actually think it's a red flag on her if she's actually complaining about this.
Yeah. OCD. Get out right now, sir. Get out. Good morning. Go ahead, caller.
Morning. So one thing I learned from my dad when I was younger, anything that you do, when you do it right the first time or don't do it at all.
That's good. That's good.
Because it's just laziness. If you're going to do the job, do the whole job, not just half of it.
Heck yeah, bro.
I like
Heck
it.
yeah.
Bueno,
clean
later.
that window.
Bueno.
Bueno, bye. Gosh, I can't remember the last time somebody said that to me on the phone, and that just made me sad.
Oh.
My family, that's how they talk. Growing up in Vegas. Bueno, bye.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. How are you?
Hey, if I was still a youngster, I probably would just wipe my side. But now that I'm married and I kind of have matured a little bit, I would definitely wipe my wife's side of the window too, because I know she doesn't want to stare at a bug while she's driving, her splatted bug.
Well, my whole thing is if the girl said something to you, maybe it's your wife. Maybe you're in the situation, your wife was in the passenger seat, and then you get in the car and she's like, "Hey, you forgot my side." I think we should probably get our butts out of the car and go and do the other side.
I mean, let's be real. Somebody said, why does she even need to look out the window? Everyone knows girls don't look up from their phones while driving in the passenger seat.
Good call.
And think about it like this, too.
Yes.
What if it was like your boss? Your boss looks at things like that. Like, why would this lazy guy just clean the one side of the window. Like, what is that?
Yep.
I mean,
people looked at stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right.
thanks.
There you go. Thanks for the call.
Even though I
Somebody
wouldn't.
says red flag. Really? This is so ludicrous. Who cares? This is one of the more ridiculous letters y'all have gotten. If this is the deal breaker, maybe your standards are weird. It's his car. As long as you're safe, who cares?
Wow, man. Wow. Yeah. See, I think this is important.
Somebody said, I don't even clean the whole. I would just clean a spot at eye level on my side.
I'm that way.
Gosh, y'all are crazy.
I'm that way. I don't have OCD. I don't get it. I don't live in that
the whole
world.
windshield, bro.
I'm fine with a dirty windshield. I'm okay with that. I'm fine just living in slob, like just being dirty all the time. I'm okay with it. I grew up in a junkyard.
Mark says, just clean your side of the windshield and yell, equal rights. She'll appreciate that. You hand her her side. Listen, hashtag time's up. Yeah, man. You need to do your part.
Yeah,
Equally.
man. I get it. No, I get it.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, and thank you to the Starmy member that sent in the letter. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we've helped your friend out. I say red flag. That's what I'm going to settle with. Red flag. I think the guy's being selfish, and I think it was a really big jerk move.
What if he's nervous? You ever think about the fact this is a first date? Maybe he's like with this pretty girl and he doesn't know. He's like, I want to get back in the car. So he's like washing half of the windshield so he can just jump back in the car and doesn't think about running around.
Yeah,
to
but
the
if he
other
was
side.
nervous and when she called him out on it, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, yes, you're right. Let me go fix that for you."
Okay,
he
well
wouldn't
maybe
be like,
he's sarcastic
"You're not
and doesn't
driving.
know how to
You
talk
don't
to women.
need
And he's
to
like,
see."
you don't need to see. Am I right? Cute, cute.
Yeah.
He's nervous, bro.
Jerk.
Whatever.
Red flags. That's the topic, guys.
Somebody
was your
said if
last
this
red
was my
flag?
wife, I would have said, I've married you. I've done enough for this relationship. Clean your own side.
Wow. Gosh. All right. Yeah. Thanks for chiming in. Studio at star88.fm. Or you can also just send us a letter.
Hashtag red flag culture.
Send us a letter, guys. All right, we got to take a break. We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out.
Hi, it's Dex. We want you to share your star story. How has Star 88 and the morning invasion impacted your life?
Well, as we're moving out of town today, I've got to say, Star 88 is on the top of things that I'm going to list about Albuquerque. So thank you, Steve and Deck, for a great show in the morning on the way to work. Thank you, Sam Swan, for being your incredible self. And thank you for everybody behind the scenes that puts it all together. But I gotta say, Steve-O and Dex is primo. All right. Thank you, guys.
We want to hear your star story. Call us now, 505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. And share your star story.
Pastor Jack Graham and a Star 88 Supernova.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. We are not the product of selective or random chance, but we are fashioned, and this world, with all of its design and complexity, with all of its greatness and glory, this world was created by fiat, by the Word of God. By the very hand of God, the world was framed. You say, can you believe in this generation, in our generation, that this world was made by God? You'd better believe it. You'd better believe that this world was made by God and by God alone, because what you believe about the first world that was created will greatly determine what you're going to believe about the world which is to come. We're not the product of some lower species. We are created by the hand of God.
Catch Pastor Jack Graham, PowerPoint, broadcast weekdays at 10:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base. KPKJ, Mintmore. K201CC, Las Cruces. K203EZ, Alamogordo. K207CQ, Gallup. K211CW, Hobbs. K212EH, Silver City. K214DE, Antonito. K218AK, Artesia. K250AB, Roswell. K293AO, Alamosa. K228DQ, Portales. In the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose. Let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move. Back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life. But now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose. Let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move. Though I walk through the valley in the shadow of night, oh, with you by my side, I'm stepping into the light. I choose. Let it move you. Let it move. Let it move you. I need that joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I need that joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. Joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I need that joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
Good morning. Welcome. Woo! Wednesday, my dudes. How's everybody feeling?
Good, man.
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hanging out on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining us. We're also on demand, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can go to star88.fm and you can download the show if you only get a few minutes. And shout out to all the teachers that are back in school getting prepared, or maybe they've started. Kids going to be heading back. I'm sure a lot of parents are pumped about that. You pumped? Kids going back to school, bro?
Me? Yes.
Yeah, get the house back to your, you know, it's like me time. Me time is from like noon until like 4. Is that when they get home? Get a few hours.
Noon to 4.
What time do you have to pick up your kids from school? They get out at 3:30?
Sure.
Are
Yeah.
you not sure about
They get out at 3:30. Yeah, man.
Well, obviously, you don't pick the kids up ever, and you have
Totally.
no idea what time the kids get out of school.
I mean, I have a couple
Chrissy does
times.
everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can relate to that for sure. I know. Yeah. 505-585-LIVE if you want to text in the show. All right, there's a pretty cool story. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but this is what it's all about, man. Paying it forward, just doing something nice, doing something good for somebody else, no matter who they are.
No matter who they may be.
Keith Urban. He's a famous country music singer. Keith Urban? I'm just guessing.
Yes.
Okay. Keith Urban. He hit up a convenience store in Jersey before a show on Friday, and there was a woman in line behind him. Well, Keith Urban was short $5. Come on, bro. Well, this woman that was behind him offered to buy his food and gas. So Keith Urban, of course, he was very thankful. He turned around and said, "Hey, my name's Keith." This woman made a comment about how he looked like Keith Urban. Well, when he said he was, this woman didn't believe him. She wanted to know where Nicole was and why he was there with another woman. Oh, Keith, you just got busted. Well, Keith explained that, he was there with his sister and even had his bodyguard to back him up.
Wow.
And they ended up laughing about it, and they took a pretty good selfie together. This woman, she's a local teacher named Ruth Reed, and she says she couldn't believe what an idiot she was. And check this out. She says she pays it forward at the same store every week now. She made a resolution to do it 3 years ago. Quote, "I've done that ever since. It's the best. I would encourage everybody to do it because it makes you feel good about you." In other news, Keith has been tapped by Blake Shelton as Battle Rounds advisor on season 15 of The Voice. Oh, yeah, Keith was on Idol, wasn't he? That's Keith Urban. Okay, I don't
He was
get
there
it.
for a long time,
I guess I get it now.
Okay.
I don't listen to country.
Married to,
Shania. Shania Twain, right?
No, dude, Nicole Kidman.
That's Nicole Kidman. That's right. Yeah.
Gosh. You're thinking of Tim McGraw, man.
That's right, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw and
They
Shania
all-
Twain totally married.
They all sound alike. They
Wait,
all look
no.
alike. Come on now. Shout out to Ruth Reed.
Yeah, for
What's your name?
finding Keith Urban.
Ruth Reed. And who did you meet a couple days ago?
Keith Urban.
Tell us about that.
I didn't know it was Keith Urban. I didn't think he had enough money to pay for his things, so I said I would pay for it. And briefly, when he told me who he was, I didn't believe it was him. And he was very gracious and let me get my picture taken with him. And that's it in a nutshell.
That is the funniest thing. This gentleman looks homeless.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy his stuff for him.
I've been in this situation on both sides, okay? So when I was a little kid, my parents owned a junkyard, and so people would always call the shop to see if we had parts in the junkyard for their vehicles. So my dad, he was on a wrecker call or something, and I have to answer the phone or write down the message. And so I answered the phone. Somebody called, and guy was on the other end, and I asked what his name was, and he said, "This is Hank Williams Jr." I'm like, okay, cool, Hank Williams Jr. What's your phone number? He's like, this is what's so funny about it, like how full of himself he was. He goes, the country music singer, because I didn't respond like he was this, oh my gosh, you're Hank Williams Jr. He goes, like the country music singer that does the Monday Night Football.
You watch that football, man?
Yeah, I do the
You ever
intro.
watch that?
Yeah, it was so funny. And I go, okay, what's your phone number? And he's like, okay, here's my number. Have your dad call me when he gets back. And then I told my dad. It's funny, my dad knew who he was, which my dad never listens to music.
Duh, are you ready for some football?
Well, my dad doesn't watch football.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because then Tim McGraw's wife, remember? Carrie Underwood? She does it now. Somebody's so mad at me. It's Faith Hill! I'm like, okay. He's not married to Shania!
Is it Carrie or Faith?
No, it's Faith Hill.
Okay,
dude.
you said
Faith
Carrie
Hill.
Underwood.
I know.
I know,
she
but you
does it
confused
now.
me, bro.
How did I confuse
Wait,
you
they
also?
divorced? They were
no,
married?
you idiot! I'm throwing something at you. Tim McGraw's married
He was
to
in a
Faith
love
Hill.
triangle with Faith Hill?
Oh my gosh!
And Carrie Underwood?
I gotta go.
Are you
I gotta
kidding
go.
me?
He forgot Shania Twain.
And Shania Twain? Woo!
Why does Hank Williams Jr. sound like Bobby Boucher in your story? Somebody wants to know.
I was also at the airport once, and somebody
You
thought...
never finished your Hank Williams Jr. story.
Oh, that was it.
No.
That was it.
That was a terrible story.
Well, it's funny.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, it reminded me of the lady because she didn't...
I've been on both sides of this equation. Let me tell you half of one story.
Well, no, it's funny because Keith Urban was all like, I'm Keith Urban, you know? And she's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So I was at the airport, and somebody was sitting across from me, and they kept looking at me. And, of course, I'm like, this is a listener.
This is going.
This is a listener.
They totally
Oh
they
my
listen
gosh,
to the
this
show.
Is great. This is great.
Huge fan.
And she finally goes, sir, can I get a picture? And I'm like, of course you can.
Of course you can. World famous bucket
like,
deck show.
I love your music. And I'm like, what? Music?
I was totally thinking Jack Black.
No.
But this is even better because I know where this is going. It's that country star that's married to Faith Hill. Zach Brown.
Zach Brown.
Yeah, Zach Brown band.
Yeah.
Married Faith Hill.
Yeah. She goes, you're Zach Brown. I love Zach Brown band. And I go, that's not me. And she goes, don't lie to me. It's you. She wouldn't believe me. And I go, I promise you that's not me. And she's like, I get what you're doing right now. You don't want to cause like a scene, but can I just get a quick little selfie? And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this. So I gave her a selfie. And so she probably shows all her friends that she met Zach Brown. And
oh my God.
I'm not Zach Brown. I do kind of look like Zach Brown.
Can you
though.
just sing the fried chicken song?
Fried chicken on a Friday night.
No, man.
Fried chicken. I don't know that song. I don't listen to
Chicken
this.
fried?
I don't listen to Chicken
Call
Fried.
me on Friday night.
But
Pair of
how
jeans
it's
that
little
fit just
thing.
right. And the radio on.
And the radio on. Okay. I don't know, bro. I don't listen to that.
You like to see the sunrise? See the love in your woman's eyes?
That's right.
Feel the touch of a precious child?
That's right, everybody.
Know a mother's love. Man,
With a
shout out
fried
to
chicken.
Galloping Grace Ranch here because their son, Grant Wade, he is the first baseman for Luke's baseball team. That's his jam.
Really?
So Chrissy has this like baseball playlist.
Yeah?
And that's his song. And I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
man, he's a 12-year-old singing cold beer on a Friday night, guys.
Yeah.
Galloping Grace Ranch.
Okay.
I love them so much.
Has anybody ever accused you of being somebody that you're not?
Accused you of being somebody you're not? Yes, I was in jail for 3 days
No
until my
kidding.
lawyer. No, dude.
What'd you do, bro?
Accused you is the wrong word.
What did you do?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times, and it's always weird because I don't see it.
Denzel Washington. I knew it. You look just like him.
I'm leaving. You're such an idiot. The one where somebody actually freaked out, which I still don't see, is Adam Levine. And I don't know if it's just because I have so many tattoos and my hair's never done.
You look like him.
I've gotten that. I get Robert Downey Jr., and I don't see that one.
A little bit.
And Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
And I don't see that one either because I'm like, he's got like British eyebrows. How do I say it?
It's like you have the same shape of face and like in body. You know, I get why people say that.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually get Ben Affleck, Tom Cruise,
No,
Brad Pitt.
You've literally never gotten any of those.
Actually, I used to get Ben Affleck in my 20s all the time, and that's no joke. I'm serious. People thought when Armageddon came out, I was super popular with the ladies.
No, you were not.
I was.
Ever.
I was. I'd wear a white T-shirt, man, and some jeans, and ladies would be like, "You look like Ben."
Katie says I must have a generic face. People say I look like somebody's sister quite often.
I have that face too. I always look
Where
like
people are
someone's cousin or friend.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's super embarrassing because I think people are like fans of the show, and then they're like, "You look like," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I'm the guy on the right." And no, you look like my cousin. Oh, jeez.
Oh no,
Yeah, of
not
course
your
I
cousin.
do. Of course I do.
Somebody said in department stores, like if I'm walking around yelling, I'm just Olaf. That's what I get. I get regularly, voice-wise, that's all I get. And I've still never seen Frozen.
You got to, man.
I never will because of this. Because the whole time I'm just going to be like, that's not me.
Okay.
I don't sound anything like that.
That's not me.
Seriously. Never seen it. I feel like I need to see it now.
Yeah.
though. I own it, and
you
I've never seen it.
You love Disney movies. How have you never seen it?
What does he talk like? What does he say?
He talks
I'm
just
a
like
snowman.
He's
Like,
so
what does he
funny.
say?
He's so funny, man.
Okay. I know nothing about
You know
Olaf.
what? I'm doing
no,
it right now.
no, I don't
We're
want
gonna compare it. Olaf. Funny moments. Okay, we're gonna do Olaf funny moments.
You know,
just so people can. Okay, here we go. This is from the movie Frozen, guys. And if you haven't seen it, then well, you're a terrible person.
Wow.
Let's get to it here. There we go.
Wait, what am I looking at right now? Why are you hanging off the earth like a bat?
Oh my God.
That doesn't sound anything like me.
Oh, turned upside down.
Oh, too hard. I'm sorry.
Okay. Woo! How many times do you do
sounds
that?
Nothing like me.
I was just. Are you okay?
Are you kidding me? I am wonderful. I've always wanted a nose.
Cute. It's like a little baby unicorn.
What? Hey, whoa! Oh, I love it even more.
I'm so glad we're doing this together because I don't hear
just like
anything.
Wait, Olaf.
You sound just like him.
And you are.
Now give me a "and you are." Go ahead.
And you are.
I'm Anna.
And who's the funky-looking donkey over there?
Okay.
That's Sven.
Uh-huh. And who's the reindeer?
Can we please not do this right now?
You sound just like Olaf. Oh man, that's hilarious. I love it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. But people are losing their minds.
It's true. When you get worked up and you scream and yell, you sound like Olaf. Not necessarily just when Olaf talks.
Because he even in his chill moments, he's got a weird hey. Like I don't have that.
Yeah, but when you yell, I don't have that.
I don't.
You just did that.
I don't.
I
but
don't.
Okay, stop it.
Let's see if we can get him to freak out here.
You too.
Olaf.
Come on.
Did Elsa build you?
Let's get in here.
2, 3, 4.
Wait, what?
A whole lot harder. Man, am I out of shape.
You're ruining this movie for me. I've never seen it, and you're just showing me all of the moments.
Oh, hey, do me a favor, grab my butt. Oh, that feels better.
He's so funny. It's the funniest cartoon ever.
This is animation discrimination.
I love it.
I don't sound anything like this, and everybody is like freaking out.
My cute little reindeer.
Don't talk.
Somebody said this is why they listen to the show. Their favorite thing ever is my impression of Olaf all the time.
Skull. Or bones.
Meet my family.
Why are you ruining this for me?
guys.
You just keep showing me
You'll
different
never
scenes
watch
of
it.
Olaf. But I own it. What if I want to see this movie?
You own it and you've never seen it?
No, it's got girl princess things.
I know. I said the same thing, and then
Although
I watched
I did love Moana.
Oh, see?
Oh, so good. Am I
You'll
right?
love this then. For years, I said no to watching Frozen, and finally I was like, fine, I'll watch it. It's my favorite animated movie ever.
You know, I will accept this, though, because what if they do like a Frozen sequel, but they can't get the guy to play him because usually it was like they went straight to like direct-to-DVD or like made-for-TV versions.
Mm-hmm.
I could be Olaf in the cartoon.
I could be Olaf.
They're rocks.
You are a sight for sore eyes.
He's crazy.
I don't sound
Give
anything
me one
like
of that. Just do that line.
No.
Come on.
He's crazy.
No, okay.
Sound nothing like it.
Do it like he did.
Wait.
I'll distract him while you
Okay.
run.
I'd never whisper.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Okay.
He's going to yell.
Oh.
Back it up here.
Wait.
I'll distract him while you run. Hi, Sven's family. It's nice to meet you. Because I love you.
He's got like a way higher pitch voice than I do.
I understand you're love experts. Ooh, why aren't you running?
Stop ruining the movie for me. Okay.
Kristoff's home.
They're not rocks.
Huh?
They're trolls. You just ruined it. I didn't know they were trolls. Can we move on, please?
You know, I think we need to really get down to the bottom of this.
Yeah, Starmy's going crazy. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, see?
Thank you, guys. I
Not
sound
the
like
only
a
one.
crazy snowman.
Do you want to build a
Josh
snow-
says I need to just let it go.
Okay.
I
See,
get
you
it.
wouldn't get it because you didn't
No,
watch
I
the
still
movie.
get it.
Nah, you don't get it.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, I get it. See, you said it just like Olaf right there.
But he's got that like, ha! I don't even know how to do it.
You're
I don't have
doing-
that.
That's what's
My
fu-
voice is very crisp.
That's exactly what Olaf's voice is like.
Okay.
Whoa, I mean, you guys at the castle.
No, see, he's like nasally. He's like,
Yeah, you
hey,
are too.
Hey, I can't do it.
Here's the thing, bro. I thought you would have learned this by now.
Okay.
When you hear your own voice, it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like what everybody else hears.
Okay. Thank you, Leah, who says I don't hear it. Thank you.
Olaf.
Couple more clips here. Go ahead.
Anna. Marv the boss just chimed in and said you sound like Jake the dog from Adventure Time.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Jake the dog?
Yes!
You know what? I think I
You
do.
do!
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
No, we're not doing this.
Why not? You're right, I do.
Sadly, you're ruining this for everybody because they're like, I can never unhear this. Ever. We cannot. No.
Get ready, guys. Come on. Say something. Yeah, that sounds like me.
Jake the dog!
Took advantage of me.
Can you say that? You don't sound
You're
anything
taking
like that.
advantage of me.
See, you...
My powers. How can I ever thank? Ha, that's a game.
Okay, I don't sound anything like that guy. Get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, man. See? That's not fun. People accuse you of sounding like somebody you're not. Gosh.
Olaf and Jake the dog.
There we go. Can we make a cartoon and I'll be Olaf and you'll be Jake the dog?
I
We're
seriously,
going to make so much money.
the way you're talking right now, you sound just like him. I can't get over it. I feel like Olaf is on the show right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to do better than Jake the dog. I don't sound anything like him.
Oh! No more.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
I don't think we should, man.
Our boy Thebes gets Ron Swanson a lot, and I totally see that.
Ron Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Say making bacon pancakes.
Making bacon pancakes. Making bacon pancakes.
Just say, I'm not going to be able to sleep with that horse watching me.
I'm not going to be able to sleep with that horse watching me.
Perfect.
I do sound like Jake.
You do. I love this.
You do.
We're going to be in commercials. Guys, we're going to be so famous.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Who do we sound like is the topic.
Who do you sound like?
Who do you sound like? Yeah.
What else is about it?
You guys can hang out with us. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88 FM. We had so many serious topics to get to.
We
and
really
sat there and talked about stupid
World
voices.
Cat Day.
I know, man.
Censorship this morning.
How to prevent a brain freeze.
What class did you wish you paid more attention to? We did all of this. The show's over.
Let's go. Okay, we're out of here.
We're out.
Yeah. We still have 30 minutes. We do.
Okay.
We do.
I'm
We
going to
do.
start whispering like Olaf does.
I
Let's
love
get
it.
out of here.
We just changed the name of the show to Jake and Olaf.
See, Steve-O's voice is grittier. Olaf is nasally and high-pitched.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Don't hear it.
You know what
Thank
you're talking about.
I don't hear it either.
Whatever, guys.
Tone is completely different.
All right, we're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
On Star 88, Jensen Franklin reminds us every sin begins with a thought. That's a solar flare.
Tell me what you think about what she did. but she's making moves, making something move me. Tell me what you think about what I've got to lose when I'm coming through. Why you that much closer to wrong? Is there something in the water? Right here, afraid of going under. Girls like that, see boys like this one. She hits you like a rope gun. Girls like that don't come round often. She hits you like a rope gun. Look out for more than sin. I felt you in my veins. Each step back, you're one step closer to me. All those lights missed. I hardly felt that kiss. You know it gets you there. It's one step closer. There's something in the water. Right here. Are you afraid of going under? Girls like that, see boys like this one. She hits you like a rope gun. Girls like that don't come round often. She hits you like a rope gun. If I can't get you down, I won't take you down. She hits you like a rope gun. If I can't get you down, I won't take you down. And everybody shout it, shout it, shout it.
Philip DeCourcy warns us of the dangers of doing it alone.
We'll wag the finger at a culture going wrong, going wild. But we'll never point the finger at ourselves. We'll never take ourselves to task on these respectable sins. We'll bemoan the secularizing of society, but we will not worry about practical atheism in the church, which is the sin of worry. Because that's what worry is. It's practical atheism. It's acting like you don't have a heavenly Father. It's acting like God is not faithful, kind, and committed to looking after his people. Let's be honest, we have a selective disgust when it comes to sin, don't we? This may be putting it kind of starkly, but I want to make the point. You know, we've got one reaction if somebody tells us they're addicted to pornography, and we have another reaction when they tell us they're a chronic warrior. But Jesus said you're not to worry.
That's your PowerPoint on Star 88.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
Manafort's attorneys taking aim, trying to rip apart the credibility of his former right-hand man, Rick Gates.
He said that he used money he stole from Manafort to lead a secret life in London, carrying on an affair in an apartment.
California firefighters continue to battle wildfires across the state.
The Mendocino complex fire is now the largest in state history.
A special election in Ohio's 12th congressional district, which should be safely Republican, too close to call.
The police officer who shot and killed a New Jersey man near Dorney Park
Has been charged with voluntary manslaughter.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeting that he is considering taking the company private.
The stock soaring 11%.
The Trump administration is preparing to take its hardline approach to immigration with a program that would make it more difficult for legal immigrants in this country to become citizens or simply to get green cards.
The secret bidder has been revealed, and the new owner of the iconic Brady Bunch house in Los Angeles.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? HGTV.
Is that what we're watching right now? We're going to watch this?
No.
HGTV. Good morning. Want to take some life courses, dude?
Okay.
You want to learn about life?
Oh, you mean for real? I thought you were talking about like the classes we mentioned this morning.
No. Calvary Church. They're kicking off life courses August 20th. It's an in-depth Bible study. It's going to challenge you, encourage you. So if you're interested, they got Introduction to Theology, Women Living Without Abuse, Biblical Discipleship, Growing Through Grief, Build a Better Marriage, divorce care. All the info at star88.fm. All right, we teased this earlier. Being positive and optimistic. Is it bad for your health? Is it bad for your health? What,
to be optimistic?
Right. What have we been taught? What have we been taught? It's like I feel like this has been drilled in our head most of our lives. Positive
Think well,
attitude.
live well, act well, be well.
Right.
Just made that up. It's my new T-shirt. Think well, live well. What did I say?
Think well, be
act well, live well.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Drink from the well.
Okay. Get out of here.
It's a cult, man. Wait, what?
Peter Pan taught us happy thoughts.
No, Peter.
Happy thoughts, right? You can't fly if you don't have a happy thoughts, dude.
You can fly.
Got to be positive.
Be yourself. That's what Jeannie said. Jeannie.
According to a new study out of the University College London, being positive and optimistic is bad for your health. It doesn't say is bad. It says can be bad for your health.
Oh, my gosh.
I just really wanted to be really dramatic, and it was like, what? It's bad for your health? It says can be bad for your
How
health.
so? Please tell me.
Let me tell you here. The researchers found that feeling stressed and worried helps people cope better with bad news. So when pessimists got bad news, they were able to process it and handle it. But when optimists got bad news, it was so crushing that they got overwhelmed with the stress hormone cortisol, which can take a serious health toll. Isn't that interesting? So, all you pessimists out there, all you negative Nancys out there, for some reason you handle stress a lot better. This is kind of weird. But if you are positive and optimistic, not so much. Your body actually, like you have this stress hormone, cortisol, and it's not good for your health when you activate that. You know what? I agree with that. Now, because I would say that I'm a very positive and optimistic person.
Okay.
And when I get bad news, I don't take it very well sometimes.
But is that really being an optimist then? Because don't optimists find the good in things even when they're bad? Like it's like, well, I can be optimistic about this.
Maybe not in the moment. Not in the moment.
You're like, I'm so happy your dog died. Ugh!
Right. And then you get this cortisol, like stress hormone that's like not good for you.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever read.
How do you know, man? This is London, bro. University College London. All right. These are researchers. They paid millions of dollars to find out, that positive and optimistic can be bad for your health. But I wonder, though, if really, does it outweigh the negative effects? Like most people that are positive and optimistic, it's always going to be healthier for you, right?
Right.
Why are you laughing at me?
Kevin on YouTube just took it to the extreme.
What is that?
Like being positive and optimistic is bad for your health. It's like if you optimistically help a person with car trouble and they kill you, it's bad. Don't be, don't be positive and help people on the side of the road.
Yeah,
you might get murdered. According to the study.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Sometimes helping criminals, they'll kill you and you'll be dead.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest study.
Oh, this is the dumbest study we've ever done.
This is dumb.
This is the dumbest study we've ever done. I doubt that.
Because it doesn't sound like you're actually truly positive or optimistic. Because if you hear bad news and it crushes you so much that the stretch just like, how positive and optimistic are you really? We keep using these terms, but it's like for the Christian, we count it all joy, right? Like when we face trials or whatever's going on, like joy isn't necessarily like that emotion of happiness. Because you can find joy in terrible situations. So this study just sounds stupid.
Yeah, and it all depends too.
I'm
like
such a pessimist.
if not a lot of you are pessimist, wet blanket, whatever you want to use. When you're younger, you don't experience a whole lot of tragedy. Some people do when they're younger. I didn't when I was young. I didn't have a lot of death in my life, and I just didn't have a lot of bad things happen to me. So when something did happen, oh my gosh, it was like the world was it was just falling apart. It was like the end times for me, you know?
Because somebody said, but there's no way being pessimistic is healthy for you either. Oh yeah, I expect the worst in all situations, all times, everywhere. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, but if you
pessimism.
But if you expect the worst, then you won't get hurt.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm on to
Because
something.
you're right, we're opposite. You like your parents are still married, like super good times, happy fun, and when things go bad, you go into a coma. And for me, it was like dad died when I was 6. Everybody I've ever loved leaves me.
I mean, honestly, it might be why I struggled with my
survivalist.
weight issues for a long time because stress, they say stress definitely can lead to weight gain.
Really?
Like if you're stressing out, a lot of people, even if you're worried about losing weight, you
Just
actually,
get stressed.
it backfires on you and actually you don't gain weight, or you gain weight, you don't lose weight.
But wouldn't that also be dependent upon the person? Because some people stress eat, and then some people get anxiety, and then like their stomachs are just a mess, and they can't eat, and then they lose weight. I just upended your study.
Yeah, but yours is an unhealthy way of losing weight.
Oh, okay.
Like you're starving yourself. That's not okay.
I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm just saying according to your study, that might not be accurate.
I mean,
where'd your study come from?
The sun. The sun. You know, the sun.
You know, that big ball of gas, like
the sun, guys.
36 million
loves to do studies.
Miles from Earth.
That's where all the studies come from. The sun. The sun.
Oh, man.
No, that's the website. It's the Sun.
Ah, right. It's the British tabloid, The Sun.
Okay, you don't have to call it a tabloid, okay? I mean, I feel like you are...
So basically a cynical pessimist will live longer? Is that what you're trying to say?
It might. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just read what they put in front of me, man. All right? They say being positive and optimistic can be bad for your health. Okay?
Okay. Shake it off, bro. That's what my girl T Swift always says. I took that theologically. I just do. I shake it off.
Who's T Swift
Shake it
dating
off.
these days?
What?
Who's she dating
I
these
don't know.
days?
I don't pay attention anymore.
You want to Google that for me?
Shake it off. Shake it off. You know who else has to shake it off? I almost want to save this. Oh, gosh.
Oh, you.
I'll save it.
You want to save it for tomorrow?
Maybe.
Tease it, man.
I just know that we're going to be talking more about Pastor Greg Laurie and everything going on in SoCal.
All right.
Aaron Rodgers had some good words for LeBron James and the rest of the nation that we will discuss tomorrow morning.
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Well, what's up?
What's going on? You there, man? Hello? Hello, caller.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear me?
Go ahead, man.
Rob, he's in the dead zone.
Rob. You're in and out, bro. You're in and out. Call us back.
Oh, that made me so hungry. So
Call us back, bro. What? What made you hungry?
just saying you're in and out. And I'm like, oh, burger sounds good.
We had burgers last night.
Did you?
Yeah, Bill, like, he grills onions. And, he puts the burger in with the onions that are sauteing and cooks the burgers with the onions. It's so good.
Your inflection on things is so weird.
So good. He cooks the burgers and the onions.
Somebody says, I don't believe optimism is related to how you react to bad news. How you react to bad news is based off how often you've experienced it. Optimism is all about seeing the best in bad situations. Again, stupid study.
You know what? It might have been a stupid study.
Yeah, it
might have been dumb. Okay.
That's why we left the UK, bro, and came to America to find our own land that was already inhabited by other people that we could take for our own.
Right.
So that we could have the freedom of expression and of religion and getting away from tabloid news. Just taking this as our own.
Yes.
Putting a flag in the sand and saying, this is ours. You stop talking. Yeah, we hear you. We know you're already here. But this is ours.
What was that Tom Cruise movie with Far and Away?
Far and Away.
Far and Away. Remember when they were like running to get their like plot of land, and they had the flag, and they had to jam it into the ground to call it theirs?
Yeah.
That's how they did it back in the day, right?
I saw that in history
that true
class, bro.
story?
It's so real.
That was so great, man. I got my plot. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Can you hear me now?
Rob, good morning, sir.
Is that Rob? It's Chris.
Hey, Chris, that's what I said.
I know you guys are already done with the topic, but Steve sounds like Scott Minville from Black Ops 2 Call of Duty Zombies. Look him up.
That is so random.
What's his name?
Scott Minville.
Scott?
He that's the name of the voice actor, but he voices over a character on Black Ops Call of Duty 2, the zombies. That's who Steve sounds like.
Hilarious, dude. Thank you so very much. He's also a voice actor for Teen Titans Go.
What's his character on Call of Duty?
He's Robin in Teen Titans Go. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Robin,
No. Thank you,
Teen-
Chris. Thank you.
Titans Go. All right,
No,
let's
we're
see.
not doing. We already moved on.
No, man. Let's see. Top 10 funniest Robin moments. Here we go.
I can't. That's so funny. My kids always say I'm Robin.
Okay. There we are. All right. Yep.
Are you the all right, Robin? I can't find it! I can't find it!
I don't-
Find what? My mask!
I feel like anybody that screams.
Yeah, they're like, that's Steve-O!
See, he
oh,
said
he screams!
Don't you understand? Without a mask, my face is revealed to the world!
What's the big deal, dude?
Okay.
Even with the mask, 90% of your face is showing.
You can't see me! No one can see me!
Oh my gosh, you
Have
act
you
just like him
ever-
too.
Well, yeah. No, my kids always say I'm Robin from Teen Titans Go.
That's hilarious.
So, kind of wound up tight, screamy. Yeah. But I'm still the leader! Okay.
I just want to find voices the rest of the show that sound just like you.
Hate everything.
No, the other button! Yes, that's the one! Yeah.
Why are we?
Yeah, Zarko, hit it!
Oh my gosh, you sound just like him.
He's constantly yelling.
You act just like him too.
I am, but okay. I'm trying to be like calm because I was about to go.
Okay.
I do not. I don't constantly yell. Do I constantly yell?
Yeah, you do.
No, you scum!
Quit
Eric
hitting.
says, I always thought Steve-O sounded like Tom DeLonge.
Okay.
What? Tonight.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
That's the topic that's gonna take us on.
I know.
What character does Steve-O sound like?
Like some yeller in some movie or TV show
Anybody
or
that
cartoon.
yells, it's just you. You know?
I'm Robin from Teen Titans Go. I'll accept that.
But
I'll
you won't
it.
accept Olaf because it's what, a princess movie?
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
I do yell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get better at that.
Yeah, you do.
I'm the villagers in Minecraft, someone said. Do they just yell?
The villagers.
Don't
in
even look it up.
Okay. All right. Man, is Minecraft still around? Are they still doing that?
Somebody said my hair is like Robin, too.
Yeah, you kind of look
Yeah.
just like him. Like, that's you.
Perfect.
Is that the crime alarm?
That's the perfect clip right there. Oh my gosh. Did that really just happen?
Oh, man. I love it.
Is that the crime alarm?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh no, the garden's under attack!
Say it. Say it right now.
What?
Oh no, the garden's under
Oh no, the garden's under attack!
Go!
Thank you. Teen Titans, go!
Just once I'd like to
Can
say
we
Titans,
please
go.
stop this right
Quit
now?
hitting it. You're making me push buttons that are...
No! Oh, hey, B-Nix. Just getting my yell on. I know. Sorry. They can hear me down the hall.
Get in here,
I gotta.
B-Nix.
They can hear me down the hall.
Get in here. So we've found
We
out...
are doing a quality radio
Can
show.
I just say I could hear Steve-O down the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because he screams.
He's screaming. I just wanted to
don't
come
mean
and
to.
interrupt, let you know. I'm not that bothers me.
Okay.
Did you know that Steve-O is a voice actor in this new animated
Yes, he
TV
is.
show?
I am
Here's a
not.
clip right here. Check this out. Ready?
No,
Is that the crime alarm?
that's not me. That doesn't sound
But
anything like
you are
me.
doing one coming up soon.
No,
it's-
not anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
No.
Oh man.
It's a sore subject. Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh man, you brought it up, dude. Hey, can I say though? Can I say
Yes.
Steve-O mentioned that you got your Tom DeLonge on.
Yes.
So, not to name drop, but I knew Tom because
Yeah.
his kids were at our school in California.
Right.
And he never talked like he sang.
Right.
So it was one of those interesting things, and it was so funny that you brought that up because you hear either Blink 182
Yeah.
or Angels and Airwaves or his host of other things that he does.
Aliens.
And you go, yeah, or his quest to discover aliens.
Discover aliens. No,
You just always go, bro, you're from Southern California, but you got this kind of like twang thing going on. But he's a really nice guy.
A very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Yeah. I love it when you meet radio personalities, DJs, if you want to call them DJs,
Right.
and a lot of them have radio voices. And then when you meet them in person, they don't sound anything like
Exactly.
it. You're like, wait a second.
Wait a minute. What's going
What?
on here? Speaking of radio, tomorrow we've got a great program, guys.
I know.
You have to put your thinking cap on because a couple of the things that I've mentioned, I'm just giving you little cues right now.
Give us a little tease.
I've mentioned them not in relationship to what we're talking about tomorrow, but I've mentioned these people before. So just go back in your brain for the couple years we've been doing this and remember some of the people because we're going to really address them tomorrow.
7 a.m., 3 degrees with Brian Nixon.
That's right. We're Steve-O and Dex show how smart they are.
We wanted you in this morning because at 7 we were talking about Alex Jones getting banned from YouTube, Apple, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yep.
And then we talked about Greg Laurie and what's
Right.
happening with him with his Billboard.
Censorship, yep.
Censorship. That was the big topic in the 7 o'clock hour. And
I generally speaking, am not for censorship. And I know this is a very heated discussion. Some people out there may completely disagree with me.
Right.
Because I think in an open and free society, which we claim to be, there needs to be the right to speak your mind. Now, are there people out there that would look at a Bible and be offended by it and such? Yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are other people out there who would look at other books or other articles or other things and be offended by it. But in a free and open society, we need to be able to reason through it, talk through it, and such. I think the only thing that, again, purist libertarians would probably disagree with me here, but I think the only area that you really should censor is that which incites violence and harm to other human beings. So we surely don't want stuff on air or in print or on TV that is basically saying go and do such and such to your neighbor, unless
Right.
it's love or help, but kill them or maim them or whatever. We probably should censor that. Now, there would be people that disagree with me on that as well. Pure libertarians, those who just say it is all about freedom, or, that almost goes to anarchy.
right.
We should be able to do what we want when we want.
Well, if we own a business, a private business like Spotify,
Right.
like Apple, those are privately owned business.
Yeah.
YouTube, then you're saying also that, okay, well, I should be free to choose who is a customer, who gets to be in my place of business, right?
Right.
We cannot serve you. We don't have to serve you
Right.
if we don't want to because it's our business. And that's kind of what we were talking about this morning is here's this Billboard company who is saying we don't want this billboard because we don't agree with it. They think it's what they say it was offensive, right? And they didn't want that. They didn't want Alex Jones on YouTube because they don't
Right.
agree with
Right.
his opinions
Right.
and what he says.
Yeah, and I guess this is a huge topic, as you know. But privately owned corporations, where do we draw the line of what they can and can't do? Now, obviously, the Supreme Court just weighed in that the fellow who did not want to make cakes for homosexual couples, he actually won in the Supreme Court with some limitations. So he's able in his private entity to censor or say I because of my belief, my religious disposition, I'm not going to serve a certain demographic. I suppose that's what they're doing on this huge corporate level as well. I mean, this guy just ran a small little cake business.
Well, it was more of like he said that he had no problem serving homosexuals. He didn't want to make a cake with two men.
Right.
Artistically, he didn't want to make a creativity. Like he didn't want to make that.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, so that's microcosm. Macrocosm is Facebook or Apple and Spotify and others are going, hey, we're just using that same principle, but we're applying it across the board. And it's sad that they're censoring, in the case of Greg Laurie, censoring Greg Laurie. That is sad. But that's the world in which we live. Christians are deemed, judgmental, hateful. And a lot of this is we've brought it upon ourselves.
We mentioned that. We shoot ourselves in the foot. Prayer in school. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. The reality is we could pray all the time we want. Kids, you're starting school next week. Pray. You don't have to do it openly. Be like Jesus.
Right.
Be like, Jesus. Do it silently in solitude. Basically go in your room.
Right.
Separate yourself. Pray to your Father who's in secret. You could do it silently. You don't have to do it corporately. Though I think there is something to say when there is a corporate recognition of prayer. But man, kids, go and pray. Yeah. Just do it.
I love that.
Well, it's interesting. I just remember being a kid here. We were talking about this off air, and I remember a time when I was little, and they were showing The Last Temptation of Christ at an APS school here in town. And a few churches in town, I don't remember who all the churches were, we happened to attend Hoffmantown, started this like boycott. And I just remember I was young, holding this sign that I don't even remember what it said, boycotting APS out front of APS because they were going to show this movie in like a history class or something, and it was an inaccurate portrayal of Christ, and we wanted it out of the schools.
Right.
And so there were hundreds of Christians out there boycotting, protesting, but then what comes of that? Like when we do that, because now another people group who just chooses to dislike or not want to hear what Pastor Greg or whoever has to say, boycotts it, we see what happens, because then it's like, oh, well, and who do we cater to? Like, do we just allow everything, or do we just, because censorship's coming in hard right now.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just censoring what they don't like, but everybody's going to not like something.
Right. Exactly.
And so we're all going to end up mute.
Exactly. And that's I think the bigger philosophical question is, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
And at what point? Is it just Christians you're going to censor?
Yeah.
Or are you going to censor any person of faith? So Muslims, Christians, Jews, Hare Krishna, Buddhists, No. So what happens usually in the smorgasbord, in these cases, is people will choose certain groups to censor. And in this case right now, in this time of history, it seems to be more and more Christians that's being censored. But that hasn't been the case throughout all of history. There's been other groups that have been censored throughout history.
Absolutely.
So again, I think principally I'm not necessarily for censorship, except in the areas of extreme harm or bodily violence, to other individuals. I think, you do have to draw lines others. Now, Steve-O, you brought up an interesting thing. Did that protest work? No, they probably still showed the movie.
Yeah.
So there needs to be other ways for Christians to impact our society. And I'm not here to say I've got the silver bullet in how we do that. Yeah. But there needs to be ways, obviously speaking from the pulpit, teaching the Bible about these things. But Christian radio is another avenue where you could really discuss these things openly and share your thoughts.
That's good. That's good. All right.
You guys
Thank
rock.
you, Brian Nixon.
Thanks for calling me in, Dex.
You bet, man.
Good way to end the show and prepare for tomorrow, 7 a.m. You don't want to miss 3 degrees.
Are you studying, bro? Are you studying right now for 3 degrees?
No.
Oh.
I'm reading up about the protest I was involved in, what actually happened.
Got you, bro. Saw dates tonight.
Yeah.
Proud of you there for a second.
Yeah. Okay. No, I am not.
All right. Brian Nix will be joining us 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, 3 degrees. Shock Therapy Live at 9. Guys, we had a huge show today. Of course, we talked more about censorship earlier this morning at 7. So you can go back. We're on demand. You can check out our podcast, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can go back to YouTube and Facebook Live at Star 88 FM. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, hanging out with us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Have you come to the end of your rope, just hanging on for dear life? Well, James McDonald believes God stands ready to be your rescue. So listen up.
How do you